I think I bought some bleach toilet cleaner today.
Which is better than the show.
Okay,
I'd
fair.
rather watch Bleach the bottle than Bleach the anime.
I'd rather drink bleach than watch any anime. Just kidding.
A nice progression there. Nice. I knew a kid that
It was just too easy. I don't mean that.
I knew a kid that drank bleach to try to pass a piss test.
We were talking, when's the last time that the world has seen air-to-air, like dog-fighting warfare?
Dog fighting warfare.
Plane to plane.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Tip
thought
to
you
tip.
meant Michael Vick type stuff. I was like, why'd you wait for me to come?
We were talking about Greyhounds earlier.
Launch them in the air.
You saw how confused I was
Yeah.
when you asked. I said, why would I know this? Wasn't that like World War II or something
That's
like
what I
that?
said.
Yeah, so I was trying to, was there dog fighting in Korean War? That's the only thing I couldn't say for sure. But like,
I'm getting to it.
You just said
I'm getting to it.
You said that's dog eating. That's fucked up.
I was nothing.
Anyway,
I'm glad it's not just two bald-headed white dudes in here right now.
it's a very multiracial, multi-ethnic cast. But
What if the reason we have that thought is because at a point in history, Homo sapiens and Homo erectus were
Pause.
here at the same... I thought we were past this. It's scientific.
Wrong.
If you had just said the word instead of having that break in
That break,
Because I wanted to make sure that I said it right. We as Homo sapiens,
Yeah.
is that better?
I'm more of a Homo erectus myself.
That's also fair. Is that...
Give some blue chew and I will be also.
Lord have... But I'm going to tell you some plot points that I thought was ridiculous.
All right, let's hear
For
it.
some
For
reason,
Willy Wonka's.
Willy Wonka is illiterate. I don't know what point that serves. There's this whole-
representation.
of the illiterate. Maybe.
Let that fucking laugh out. It's in there. It wants to come out.
My God.
Representation matters.
So, Pierce Brosnan plays the Oompa Loompa. Just one in here.
Again? Just the one?
they didn't
Last
get
time
a-
they had just the one, too.
They didn't get a little person?
No.
Why?
I don't
Last
know.
time they got one little person.
They were short-staffed.
To play a lot of... Fuck! Come on! Come on! I thought you were better than this.
No, I'm not.
Oh, boy. So,
Of all people.
But you
what's that mean? That might be worse. That might be
At
worse.
this table, I would think something like that would come out of Bobby's mouth.
He was
Yeah.
gonna say it.
Yeah, I wasn't fast enough.
Was it with Mysterio, the Spider-Man movie? There was one guy who was like a scientist who's like has like the Picard going, but it's obviously fake. Like they shaved the top of his head. I'm like, that
bullshit.
guy has hair.
That's bullshit.
They just shaved the top of his head.
I'll be
Guy's a
honest
liar.
with you. This is why I don't get too in the woods on like the Halloween costume, like what's okay.
Yeah.
Because I don't like motherfuckers portraying bald people running around here that have hair. Like you know what I mean? Like I don't like that shit because I don't have a choice. You know what I mean? Like
My skin's not cosplay, bro.
It's not, my
My skin's not a costume.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. That's why I'm on board with this. shit.
I'm surprised of this though. No one said. I didn't hear anything about it because remember when like they were having straight people play gay characters or some shit back in
Same
the,
with disabilities too.
the
Like,
last few years.
Yeah.
you put Drake in a wheelchair and all of a sudden, you
Yeah.
know.
Well, you can't have some of them motherfuckers show up for the job. You know.
I
Like,
mean, this is
what are we doing?
So I'm just surprised.
I need to follow directions
in here.
This is going to be a Patreon episode.
This is
We're making his own Patreon going forward.
2024, we're starting strong.
Yeah, listen.
But I'm surprised there was no hoo-ha about this shit.
Goddamn circus. In here.
Hoo-ha.
Yeah,
You got all these. Tell that motherfucker stop.
The character calls for him being on the spectrum, not the spectrum itself.
he's definitely on juice. But he also has plastic surgery in his face, so that's why he looks
Well,
different.
maybe so. I don't know. It's almost like he's got this like huge, like heroic jawline now.
That's called roids. Roids. do that to you.
That's what I just said. That's what I said. Yeah, I think.
Damn, heroic jawline, huh? Like, goddamn.
And I'm definitely.
Yeah, get off this dude's dick, man.
Nothing but dick riding over here, man. Did you hear about the guy who escaped from prison recently by tying bed sheets together over the barbed wire
Classic.
and then coming down? I'd tell you the whole story, but it's pretty condescending.
He also flew off in a Con Air.
Condescending. I've been working on that one for a while because I had the punchline
good.
to get it
That's
in.
good.
Understanding.
And I was like, because it took you a second. The lights didn't come on for just a second.
That's
and then
good.
You came back. All right. So my wife had neck surgery this week.
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
That's what leads headlines is the guilty. But the fact that he got found not guilty by a panel of jurors on the other charges and keep in mind, all the evidence we see, they were privy to much more.
Sure.
So if they found him not guilty on those other ones, it's like, damn, it kind of sucks. He just lost the bag because of, and like I said, I don't know what they do in their private lives. He could have been beating her from pillar to post, just maybe not, maybe not on this evening.
Right. But she might have
pillar to
also
post.
liked it.
Yeah, maybe, or maybe she was the aggressor.
Or,
Yeah.
You don't know.
Or maybe perhaps from the window to the wall.
Right. Yeah, that's also an option. So here's a good one, guys. There's a vindictive woman in it that ends up not being.
Just one.
Yeah. So
Do you think that Jonathan Majors is Marvel Universe?
bro, that's not cool. That's not cool, bro. Bro,
I'm going to cut it out.
Dave, you better Dave Coulier the fuck out of that. Oh my god!
Oh, you know it's good when you got to edit.
I'm gonna say no. I don't know what you think.
We hardly ever have to edit the show, but it's always great.
Yeah.
The joke is that he always dresses like a civil rights hero.
Oh my goodness!
I mean, they're wild names like Silver Sword.
I think plants
There's,
are better seen than
Dark
her.
Lord.
Yeah, and
She's looking for a Dark
I got
Lord.
a white knight, a white wizard.
Hey,
which is
a
wild,
white knight, a white
which is
wizard, and a white
wild.
princess. Did they all go together?
Yo, I almost didn't buy it.
It's
but I
like
love
the equivalent of Dr. Umar watching white porn.
Oh my goodness!
I'm telling you, that white princess is the closest thing a white woman's come to my house, so it's fine. It's all good. But those are my
Well, one, I'm sure.
Hold on.
I'm going to cut that.
Hold on. Well, let me add to it. Let me add to it. Why? Is it tax season?
Patreon exclusive.
Well, come
that
on.
was
Let's
good.
pay for that PS5.
Fuck.
Did I ever really talk about my lawn care business I had before I knew you guys?
Is it after your video? Your
Yeah, it
film
was a
ministry?
transitional period. Yeah.
No.
I had to end up shutting it down. It's just a lot of drama. You know, mo money, mo problems.
How's it going? How's it fucking going?
Yeah.
They spend time developing the characters, right? So kudos.
You say that reluctantly.
Because the characters aren't interesting. Like, imagine,
They took time to show you that they weren't interesting.
yeah, like imagine the most boring motherfuckers you know, and then you got to spend an hour getting to know every fucking nook and cranny of them. And I blame anime, Joey, because I think we have a generation of people that have come up on this. So we're getting all these fucking amazing worlds and visuals and villains that look cool and fucking, and don't let there be a robot. That motherfucker's gonna look sick as fuck.
Yes.
You know, now make it fucking matter.
So you what?
But anyways, it just to refresh everyone's memory. This is on Apple. It basically is a fictional account of how the space race went, starting from going to the moon. The Russians.
Oh, the Russians. Yeah.
And it's kind of like the next person on the moon was a Russian woman. So now Nixon's got this
woke astronauts.
all these women, it's interesting the way they're framing a lot of this stuff up to see what it is. So I think we're 4 or 5 episodes in. Actually got Kelly hooked on it again.
Nice. There was something.
That was a crazy ass woman astronaut that murdered. Like she wore her like space suit.
She wore the diaper.
with diaper. Yeah, that drove like across country so she didn't have to pee to go kill a man.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Hey, hell hath no fury like a woman been scorned, Joey.
Right? A trained astronaut woman.
There was I was gonna say, For All Mankind is an interesting electronic band too. If you're listening, give it a shot.
Fair.
They have a song
Fair.
called Obsolete. That's great.
So I come home. Just a reminder: my wife had neck surgery like the week before Christmas.
I like the sound of it. Let me tell you what.
Hey, so that she was healing well. Everything was looking good.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, when I was planning all this travel, I'm like, look, are you going to be good for me to be gone? She's like, yeah, it'll be fine. I can move around pretty well.
Healing from the surgery.
Yes.
I thought you meant healing just from being an oppressed woman in America.
Oh no. Trust me, my wife is not the oppressed one in any situation. So this happened Friday morning. I got home Friday afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
She had gone to the urgent care by herself, and they had what did they do? Oh, give her an X-ray.
Yeah.
And a lot of the time now when you get imaging done, they'll just give it to you to take with you. Mm-hmm. Well, they burnt her CD. So the next day,
Like a mixtape.
She's got to come over to my house to play it.
So she gets. I didn't think about that. So she gets. All right. So these are your only 2 options.
Okay. I'm in.
Yeah,
right.
both are, yes.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
All right. Here's your 2 options.
Fuck a dude.
You can blow.
I mean-
hang on. I think. You might have just stolen a touch of thunder.
Okay,
but
all right.
Here's your 2 options. You can blow one guy 10 times.
Okay.
Or blow 10 guys.
One time each. Wait,
Do I
you
get-
mean 10 different guys one time each, or one guy 10 times?
I don't know.
exactly. So the same guy 10 times.
I don't know.
Do I
what-
get to choose the guy?
I don't think so.
Dude, that was what I was thinking. That's what I was
Hanging
thinking.
out too long.
Or 10 guys individually. Not gangbang style.
Because they're like, you got.
I'm sure you could get that
They're
worked
like,
out.
they're like, no, we get to choose. I'm like, all right, fine. I get this fucking Adam there. I'm like, well, my motherfucker.
Because that is. Because it doesn't matter. 10 random guys or one guy you don't like 10 times is a big huge
No. You don't know anybody. You don't know anybody. No one you know from your past is going to wander up.
But I can still choose out of these randos.
So, like, you can't physically transfer your body through time.
Okay.
But you can transfer your consciousness.
Okay.
like altered state.
Like Quantum Leap.
Yeah, something like that. So, like, the future is pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
And they're trying to change the past, the present,
Yeah.
our present. So they sending people's consciousness back into the bodies of modern times.
Uh-huh.
So, but they do it ethically, quote unquote.
Okay.
Because they send it into the people's bodies who's about to die.
Okay.
So because in the
So
future
it's-
they know what's gonna happen.
Alright.
Like this guy's about to fall down an elevator shaft. We're gonna beam your consciousness into this guy 5 minutes or like 5 seconds sometimes.
Okay.
Right before they fall. So technically you're not killing them.
recycle.
Right. It's like, so technically you're not killing nobody because historically they're supposed to die, but now you got this body you can use. And it's just really fucking good.
Are there 10 guys?
They're teams of 5.
Lower your
Well, hold on.
carbon footprint.
Teams of 5.
Teams of 5.
Do 5 guys and 5 guys ever meet up?
This is also a reality competition show.
In the future, they send 5 guys back in time to see who can fix the world.
and they just end up all blowing each other.
Yeah.
They end up blowing them. Hold on. They end up blowing themselves in the past.
Yeah. Oh,
I
dude.
bet you that'll be step on those fucking butterflies when you do
I would
that.
rock my little 15-year-old world.
Oh, I'm not going back that far, Bobby. Oh,
Yes.
well,
Statutory on yourself.
Yeah.
wait a minute. Hold on. No, we're not going down that route.
I'm just kidding.
That's too deep.
Kind of.
Fucking Stallone and or associates being locked away into some special super high tech secret prison, and he breaks out of it.
So what was the name of that series he did with all those?
Escape Plan, escape room, escape
Right,
plan.
but was
Good, because I was making a note for me to watch it. So
what was it? What's that series? What's that series he's in with all the other old action stars?
Expendables. So this show is not bad because of unhappy ending. I grew up in Asialand, like where half the movies have sad endings. So that's just the fucking
sad beginning and middles too, if you ask me.
Love can build a bridge.
Fuck.
And I come out of the bathroom, and there is an Amish man wearing what you'd expect an Amish man to be wearing: the hat, the beard,
Yeah.
the overalls, the barn coat, and he has two boys with him that are dressed exactly alike. And I'm afraid I looked a little too long, just because
So to speak.
it just totally caught me off
Have you
guard.
never been to the market?
It wasn't the market.
I know, but you've seen them at the
I've
market.
seen them, but yeah, well,
Not
okay.
in the
If an
wild.
Amish guy's standing right here, all of a sudden, are you going to just look at it probably a little longer because it doesn't actually seem?
What are you doing in my house?
I don't know. People wander in here all the time.
that is true.
You're like, oh, hey, we're looking for it. But
Hey, grab a seat. This is Jim. you guys are gonna love him.
I mean, you've done stranger things to us.
This happened.
I was actually going to ask you about
Yeah.
something rap related.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Because there's some
absolutely.
rap drama this week.
Is there? No, this was like some genre that I guess is getting popular called janitor rap. You heard this shit?
No.
Really?
No. Yeah.
I don't know. I heard it was sweeping the nation. That was actually.
Sit in Chris's seat.
I was like, Chris isn't going to be here for my dad joke, so I'm going to tell it anyway.
That's good. That's good.
Everything that happens in your dream, the environment, the place you're in, the buildings, the people, everything's just you in your own mind, in your own creation. It's just you talking to yourself. But sometimes they feel really real to me.
Yeah.
Once in a blue moon.
Yeah, for sure.
It feels like I'm talking to somebody else. Like it doesn't feel. 'Cause a lot of times I wake up, I'm like, yeah, that's something I would fucking make somebody say back to me. But sometimes I wake up, I'm like, I feel like I'm talking to somebody else.
Oh, I feel like I always feel that way.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
That's rare for me, but even more rare.
Oh,
What?
better character design.
Fuck. Flex.
Yeah. I saw, so my foot has been bothering me recently, right? Like I have
gout?
No, thank God. I curbed my crab eating. My heel, I have tendonitis in my heel. Which sounds a lot worse than what it is, but it could probably be fixed with diet and stretching and shit like that.
Wife is PT, bro.
Yeah, so that's how I know all these things, right? It wasn't WebMD. So anyway, she sent me to this place to get these orthopedics, right? She's like, look, these might help. Actually, it tends to help. And I was like, there's no way these are going to help. So I bought some, and now I stand corrected.
You motherfuckers with an elaborate ass setup nowadays. Jesus fuck.
And how the fuck is Netflix? Sorry, how the hell is
You can say
Netflix-
fuck here. It's a fuck
That's
friendly.
right.
Fuck
Yeah,
shit
I
ass.
forgot
Fuck
what it was.
cunt,
Dude,
skidoo,
we're talking about
How the
chap
fuck
foreskin
is
earlier, man.
Netflix doing commercials now?
Well,
for you to have a lower cost of monthly payments.
Most people
Oh, so I now get to, instead of paying $25, I get to pay $19.
Yep.
Oh, great. Thanks. $5.
Yep.
Nah, I'll keep paying it to $5 so I don't have to watch commercials.
Yeah.
Amazon Prime did that. Even if you're a Prime member, if you want commercial free, it's like $3.
They
As
give
soon
you
as Pinkerton's
Hulu does it too.
gift certificate
So,
runs out, I'm turning that shit back off. There you go. Don't need it.
How much time you got?
Actually, I just asked Laura today, and she gave me a bunch of bullshit. I'm like, bitch, I'm going to keep track of it. I'm not paying. I'm not paying.
17 days.
But I like but Ian McKellen. I agree with you. I was at first, but then like he did always have the white hair in the comics and stuff. So and Ian McKellen can act his ass off.
Yeah, but white hair, that can be done for everybody.
Sure.
and,
I think
about 15 pounds of muscles.
Yeah, well, yeah, just tops.
They could have done it
not
with,
a fucking penny more, Joseph.
Fassbender could have had
Oh, classic.
a great.
God, stupid,
Throw it back to all you
fucking
old
stupid
listeners.
ass shit.
One cracker that I actually love.
What's his name?
That's gonna be a drop. That's gonna be a drop.
Yes.
One cracker that I actually love. Here it goes. He's going to tell us.
Yeah, and if you've been to any Baptist church, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Those communion crackers.
Really?
Really?
Dude.
I don't like them.
Yo.
I'll
it's
eat them,
like-
but
You'd be tearing Jesus up.
Dude.
Man, I went to a church
I
one time.
went
They
to
had
ch-
Ritz.
in Alabama?
That
Roll Tide.
But no, those crackers are actually really good.
You dip them in the wine,
You can actually
sop
get
it
in the
up?
back. Yeah, well, you know.
They're pretty bland to me.
Yo,
The
I
brown
found
guys?
out that
So I've only had the Catholic ones.
Oh, maybe that's what. Maybe
they're-
that's
they're
different. I've only had
they're
Catholic.
super
They're like
good.
round and bland.
no,
Bla-
those
bland
are
as fuck.
wafers.
Catholic
Those
ones,
are
I think, are
wafers.
Yes,
a piece of
wafers,
paper.
Yeah.
I have not had Baptist crackers.
Yeah, you need the Baptist. You need the
That is
Baptist
Jordan
version.
Church.
I hear there's plenty in the South.
Because they take them out the pack and they just they crumble them up, and you're supposed to get one, but sometimes you'll get that one big piece and you can grab it out the plate and you have it.
Did you cheap to give each person their
Yo.
own piece of Jesus?
Yeah, well, hey, you know,
Hey.
the
Jesus out there like somewhere like plenty of me to go around.
A sassy, I like a sassy Jesus.
but yeah.
I don't know how my mind comes because again, everything that you dream of comes from your own mind, right?
Yeah, that's
So
true.
I was in like a conference with a group of not monsters, like metaphorical monsters. They're all murderers or
humans
humans
that are
they are
gotcha.
just like really fucked up. And this one guy was showing how he killed this one guy or what he did to this one. I don't think he's dead.
Oh, talking shop.
Yeah, talking shop. So like he had this guy strapped down. His head is clamped, can't move. So he removed his nose, right, and the middle of your eyebrow and up to your forehead. He removed that whole bone there, so that the brain was exposed, right, and then he stopped up his nostrils, and then chiseled out the bridge of his nose, right. Mm-hmm. So when he breathes, he was asking the dude, "How does your warm brain smell?" And I woke up.
Might be time to cut back on the true crime podcast.
I did. That's the fucking thing. That's the fucking thing. I've since I said the 2 weeks ago, I've drastically cut back, and the true crime stuff I watch aren't this fucking crazy.
I had a dream recently, like that. Like I was driving and this accident happened in front of me, right? And it was an 18-year-old kid driving, and he's dead as fuck. And a couple people like step up to help, myself included. And we open up this car door, and he's dead as a doornail. And we go. I'm like, well, let's get him out of the car. I don't know why. That was my
a dream, you bro.
That
It's
was my,
different.
that was
It's
my
different.
thought. I was like, we got to get him out of this car. So we reach in to get him, and I've got his hips, and I can see it in my mind. Like I got my fingers through his belt loops on his jeans,
and somebody else grabs his like knees underneath his knees, and then somebody else is getting like his shoulders. But this kid is dead, and his head is flopping around.
Oh, no rigor.
Right, and
All Mortis. 95.73, the jam.
That might get the title.
No Mortis.
so
Good times.
I'm yelling at this guy. I'm like, hold his head. Anyway, and you got some tattoo work done as well.
Yes, I went and saw our friend JD Brocious.
Oh, nice.
There you go.
And
Oh, well, Brian Brink will hate that.
Yes, he already mentioned
Yeah.
how much he disliked it.
I've got a JD piece on my arm.
Yeah.
So your tattoo is of a male character growing on your arm.
Yes. So it's symbolic. It's symbolic.
Is that your first tattoo?
And then releasing at the top.
It is. Funny story.
Well,
actually.
hang on. Just make sure they hear. This is his first tattoo. That's a big. That's a big piece.
It's ambitious.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a hot rod turning into Rodimus Prime.
That's right.
Arnold's Sports Festival is a convention, much like comic book convention, but it's all bodybuilding and sports related things.
Oh, okay.
But it's like it used to be mainly just bodybuilding. The Arnold's Classics is one of the events, like the Olympia. You've heard Mr. Olympia. Arnold's is like the second tier, directly after that, in my mind at least. But they have a lot of sports. Like the last year that I went, they had like fencing, ballroom dancing, ping pong, pole dancing.
How'd you do with the ping pong?
competitive jump rope?
Was there a guy from Alabama that just pissed everybody off? Please tell me there was a guy from Alabama that just pissed everybody off.
No, that's the.
Did you represent for the team?
The other highlight, other than the regular stuff, the other highlight is that the wheelchair bodybuilding was impressive, especially before each contestant come to pose down. They tell like the story of how they got paralyzed and like which part of this. They will say this person is T5 incomplete or complete. It's like
they tell what their injury is.
So
They tell you
they
what-
do all that, and then there's the bodybuilders, also like the ones without a wheelchair.
It's a separate category, yes.
Right, but do they have a story? You get a story.
So are they
No, they don't
telling?
get a
Are they?
story.
So they get a whole story. It really takes the leg out from the competition. If you,
Oh, canceled it? What episode is this?
Well, hang on, Joe. Do they get to pick their own song to come
Yeah,
out to?
everybody
All right,
does.
Let's have it. What would the songs be? This is probably going to be the last episode of Nerd.
I mean,
Get your roll on by the Big Timers is obviously the number one. Show.
Limp Bizkit, keep rolling.
Wheel in the Sky.
Wheel in the
Wheel in the
sky.
Sky,
Chameleonaire,
Motown.
they see me rolling.
Yeah.
You see me rolling?
Riding dirty. Yeah.
Riding Dirty.
Wouldn't want you to misstep on that
Sorry.
one.
Ride or die.
Rough Riders Anthem will definitely be.
Riders Anthem.
If there's not
Rider for life.
if there's somebody that doesn't come out to Rough Riders Anthem, then they're totally missing out.
So me and Krista went, but we walked in and there was just a bunch of children in leotard, and me and Krista was not related to anybody, and it was really awkward. And then we left.
Yeah.
So it's just kids, gymnastics and cheerleading,
Yeah.
and obviously family.
Yeah.
And then this just fucking grown ass people just walked in like
Here to have a look.
it's so awkward. I was like,
Just pretend we're not here. Do whatever you'd normally do.
oh fuck. Oh.
Buddy of mine, I'll leave his name out because his name does come up on here from time to time.
Oh Lord.
Fuck it was my buddy Shane. his parents were going on some trip, right? And he's like young. He's like 17, probably 16, 17. And his parents are going on a trip. They're like flying to like a destination, like that whole bit, right? House to himself. And as soon as they leave, he goes up into their master bedroom, right? Big bedroom. They got big TV in that bedroom, blah, blah, blah. throws on his porno tape, gets as naked as the day he was born, like lights candles, like has gets like lotion, like gets like he's gonna go for it, like he's turning it into an event, right? He's got magazines spread out on the bed as well, like it's like a multimedia extravaganza.
Sounds like it's a one-man orgy.
Correct. And
The setup takes longer than the actual fucking activity.
and he's plugging away, and they forgot something. And mom walked in, and it was like he said it was like everybody was frozen in time. Like the only thing that only thing that remained going was the pornography on the screen. You know, and he just said the only thing I could muster was it's not what it looks like.
No, it's exactly what it looks
I
like.
can't put myself in those shoes. I wouldn't know what to do in that situation. The same weekend Arnold is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Correct. And so you've been busy.
I've been doing nothing else.
Fair.
I've been good at like I don't have to be dragged away from it if like I can sense that something else should be done or needs to be done or Krista wants to hang out. You know, like all right, let's hang out.
Still bathing.
I took a shower today.
Okay, good.
But I did not take a shower since I came back it's Sunday.
Oh my God, you nasty boy!
You've been going to work?
I know that duck butter been crazy.
Wow.
Smegma.
I felt like silly putty. Probably.
I have a little pocket for it.
Oh no, Joseph.
I have a little cheese pouch.
Teacup.
No. But the chafing.
There's no chafing. There's so much cheese.
Dry skin.
Yeah. Ugh.
Oh, that's why. Prevent chafing. Why don't you bathe to prevent chafing? I mean, is this front of mind stuff or these obscure things they're going to ask you?
It's obscure things they're going to ask you. And it's not multiple choice like ABC. It's like A, B, C, D, A or C, A or B, A and D.
That's
A,
where
C,
they always
and D.
trick me up, man.
It's like if it's A, B, C, and all of the above, I'll be good. But this is like
here's 1, 2, 3.
I always
Combination.
think of fucking multiple choice. I'm terrible test taker. Terrible test taker.
yeah.
This is kind of
Essay.
shit.
You're the board kind of guy.
Yeah,
And I'm not.
yeah, so
because I get
interview. I'm gonna smoke their boots.
Yeah, I'm not.
You know, and also if I can do an essay.
Essay?
You know what I mean?
You gotta write your essay?
If it's like a when you get a question, some of them be multiple choice, true, false, fill in the blank,
Yeah.
and then there was an essay question at
Like
the
a
end.
Home Depot parking lot kind of essay?
No, not like that at all.
Still not canceled. Yeah,
I'm so confused. Like a paper.
Yeah.
To write a paper.
Yeah, but it's like only a couple paragraphs.
yeah. So
like
it's
so like a paragraph. So two
I'll
graphs.
smoke that.
yeah.
You know, but the shit where you actually got to know the information, I can't bullshit my way through it.
You can talk people into thinking you know what you're talking about, but you don't actually know what you're talking about.
Here's the thing about physics.
It's everywhere.
The truth is, what isn't physics?
That's true. It's all physics.
Yeah, I'm opposite. I do terrible at interviews. But dude, like we can't just fucking train astronaut to send out to space because it only takes 3 generations. It's gonna be 80 years. So like your grandkids are gonna make it, but you know you're gonna die on a ship. But they're like, you can't take fucking grown-ups because like they're gonna go crazy because they've grown up in this world. They can't be in a spaceship till they die.
Yeah.
So they fucking test tube babies, a bunch of babies, a whole group of babies with good genes. And they raised them in a facility that's like the interior of a spaceship. It's a big warehouse, but it's all tubed and shit. They have never seen the light of day. They know of humans, but they only know each other.
Okay.
And Colin Farrell is like their foster parent. So they're raising them to go on this generation ship.
Similar to the Nebraska experience, I'd imagine.
But with a little corn.
There were a lot of little coins there because they're good genes, man.
When you're talking about the genes, I'm like, he's on a
I'm gonna
spaceship
have
with a
to
bunch of
go.
Asians.
Yeah, there were quite a few.
In my head, I was like, Amiris, huh? they break down. There was a gentleman recently that lit himself on fire in
Yeah.
front of an Israeli embassy,
The Air Force guy, I think.
and they go.
See, I only found out. I didn't need to know that.
So they go into a deep history and breakdown of him, some of the things that radicalized him, but also the history of people that have done similar protests,
Rage Against the Machine Guy.
and how it is no my heart, not my words, worthless. He, one of the guys, in fact, the guy who I'm a huge fan of, this guy Moynihan. He was like, look, when I was at college, there was a guy that did it on our college campus, and you know what? Don't remember his name, and neither do you, because no one fucking cares. And it's the stupidest fucking way to try to get attention. And then he goes into, and it's interesting. And
That might have been shocking at one point in time in this world. It's not anymore.
Even if it is shocking, it's
It's just-
passing.
I mean, it shines brightly, but then
It's the news. That's right. Our news cycle just snuffs it out so quick.
Oh my god! Fuck!
And I don't want to be a wet blanket about the whole thing. Okay? Listen.
Where's Aquaman?
you're on fire.
That one was.
But
Don't send yourself on that one, Bobby. That's a bit much. We have to rush home because I'm leaving the next morning, and there's a wrestling pay-per-view that night. So we got home. I hate to. I think this is real. What it feels like it is. I'm knocking on it.
Get off my dick.
Great fucking traffic. Yeah, right.
And then we had a little bit of Superman news. So this is really exciting stuff. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
that's a disappointing part. You get the end scene in Black Adam, and you don't get to see him fight. I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
I guess you're supposed to
was
watch.
just the tip of the iceberg for
maybe
disappointments.
maybe Cavill will show up in the WWE and him and The Rock just have a match and they'll wear their
in
singlets
costume.
in their costumes.
I mean, that would be a hell of a thing to watch.
So they've changed the title, and they've given because there have been a couple of theories about like for tomorrow.
Is this the
and
Superman film that
the Superman
Gunn's
film,
doing?
the James
reboot.
Gunn,
Okay.
the reboot?
We got the actor already, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So they've come up with the title, and you're gonna love this. You're gonna love this.
Oh,
You ready?
let's try to guess. Is the word tomorrow in it? I don't know this.
I would say that we can't ask any questions for the guest. We just got to go
Oh
for
gosh, Superman.
it. You got it right. So that's the title.
You're good at this game.
And
Which has caused more suicide, do you think? Stock market or Christmas?
Christmas.
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I was like,
because it's kind of like the Titanic, where like the spike in the deaths was really high at one point.
Yeah, if you
but there
don't-
was
if
a
you don't
big
count-
high one. Motherfuckers jumping out of
If you
windows.
didn't- well, listen. If you don't count the
I'm
Black
talking-
Friday or
You got it,
the
you got
original
it, you
the
got
Black
it.
I'm
Tuesday,
talking about, I'm talking about overall of the human history.
You got to.
Well, definitely Christmas. We did fight. I wasn't involved. There were crusades for said thing.
But that wasn't for Christmas. The Christmas was like a bonus.
Christmas bonus. That's a Christmas
You
bonus.
just couldn't sell.
What episode number is the last
I
one?
know, right? I just keep
I think
waiting.
we should. I think
One
at
of these days.
500 we should just burn it down. Just burn it completely
I mean,
down.
we've been fucking
Burn it down.
littering the place with
Careers be
flammables.
damned. Just burn it down. I'm going to look up who it is while you tell the story about this movie.
Like the premise was interesting enough, but it was just too
What was it?
unrealistic.
Give me the name again.
Last Seen Alive. So the movie starts off with
I wish it was a horror movie based on the Lassie's franchise, and it was Lassie's Alive.
like a zombie.
Yes. Lassie is buried in Pet Cemetery. It's a crossover universe.
So what would she bring you to?
What is happening?
I don't know. That I don't know.
She's got to be luring you to something.
Yeah, that's true.
Lures you to the one and pushes you in it.
This chick.
Okay, so she's got to lure
that's-
you.
yeah.
She's got to lure you to the cure, but she has to fight her own hunger the entire time.
Oh,
It's an internal struggle.
do you get a dog internal dialogue?
No, just
Lure.
it's all done with digital facial animation.
Oh, like Lion King live action.
Yes. Yes.
Perfect.
Lassie's alive.
Lure for the cure.
That's
a tagline.
Lassie's alive. Lure for the cure.
That's the second one.
We don't need AI to come up with ideas. All right.
No, we just need AI now to animate all this.
You know, but I do think that like the other one was all right, let's rock and roll. I'm guilty of that one. It's a very white thing to do, and like usually it's after white guys have like washed their hands in the bathroom, like all right, let's rock and roll, and they shake their hands like this, which I can't even do anymore because it hurts my thumbs. I'm old and trash and arthritic.
It's all the fucking transformations of this third party you have to do.
There's also a quarter of my bloodline that's just been doing this for too long.
He's in the Italian hand.
Mamma mia!
That's the stereotype. That's the stereotype right there.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda was a time machine in 20 minutes.
Right.
Damn, 20 minutes. You got a time
I
machine,
think,
but it only
we should
takes
try
you
to
back
apply
20
that moving
minutes.
forward. If there's something that we've all seen, right, and we all agree it could have been better.
Can we,
Even
can
if
we
we-
listen to the Clips song? Is it Clips? Coulda, woulda, sugar. Coulda, woulda,
Sugar?
shoulda, ass.
What are you doing,
ninja.
Rogue?
Sugar. Well, if anybody at this table can pull it off, sugar, it's gonna be me.
But if
you know, they've got numbers on the board for like, and she was the only person there. So her number turned green. I'm like, oh, cool. They must be done. And I literally like opened my email and, Mr. Pinkerton, it's like, fuck yeah, I'll be right there at the pack all my shit
you're
up.
like, are you nasty?
Yeah. If you're nasty. So
Keep my name out your mouth. Then.
I don't care what that DR means in front of your name. I've been thinking about buying a telescope, like a good, like stars.
Why are you laughing?
I don't know.
Well,
it's on brand, fluid life, bro.
I've honestly been thinking about it since. That's a periscope, you fool. Bobby did the submarine motion. Yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to see what's on my roof.
Just look at your fucking Trump neighbor.
Is that firefighter home?
We'll do some dangerous shit.
I
on
had
the
like a shitty one when I was young because that's how I could afford it. It was
Yeah.
like it was some Hobby Works.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, it's cool. Like
I mean, now
love
they've got
seeing-
them like for $1,000. You get one. You can hook it up to your computer and
see
record.
craters on the moon and
Sync
sorts
it
of
with your
stuff.
contacts. I've had enough.
You can
Hey,
you can like track the space station and shit. You can see that shit
Exactly.
up there. It's interesting. If you get one, I'll come over and take a look.
awesome. So
I see what you did there.
take a look. So I was asking. And I didn't look into it other than asking. So I am just, hanging out downstairs, and
Doing your thing?
I get a text
Got a text.
from an Alabama number, 256 area code, which is
So your first
North Alabama.
relative? Question mark.
Maybe. I never know. Did Gabriel settle? Question mark. At my house, Gabriel's mama has been calling out, and she is a bit depressed. In my mind, Gabriel is a waiter or a bartender and is settling their thing at the end of the day. That's in my mind. That's where my mind immediately went. So I just said, remind me of the details. Just see where we can go from here, right?
We need to understand it.
So I get back, what details? And that's the end of that text. The next one is, he will kick you if you hit him on the butt. Is this the kind of details you're looking for? And before I can respond, I get, he has temper tantrums. If he is shaking his head, he is pissed. That is a sign about something else that's coming. I'm like, what the fuck? Then I get a call from this number.
That's when he does his power move.
And I didn't know. I just said, hello? Is Becky there? No, Becky's not here. No, I think you got the wrong.
She's
like,
too busy sucking dick in the next trailer park.
Boy, you wouldn't have gotten the end of this like I'm about to show you. So I said, no, I'm afraid you got the wrong number. She's like, oh, I'm sorry. I was like, hey, real quick, who's Gabriel? She's like, oh, that's my horse. I'm like, oh, well, I hope you and Gabriel have a nice day and I hope it calms down for you. Here. But it's not over. Because
Why would it be?
I send a simple question. Can I see a photo of your horse? Of course I can.
It looks well tended to.
And I just replied,
nice saw.
I just replied, handsome! Exclamation point. And that was the end. I thought about checking it. Hey, how's Gabriel doing today? I just wonder how many pictures I can get of this.
Fantastic.
Then I'm going to fake the horse.
One day you're gonna
I'm going to fake the horse's identity with these pictures.
Oh, you're gonna catfish with the horse.
Oh, man.
One of these days you're gonna look back on this and text them and be like, "Oh, he passed," and it's gonna be.
Yeah. Oh, that horse is glue now. But
I wonder if do they even commute through it? Is like that a safety thing? Like they only bring those ships through at that hour?
I have no idea.
Like I said, I woke up. I have seen one video of this. I have zero details on it because I spent the entire morning just responding to text messages like, are you okay?
But you did see the video with the lights on and off on the boat, right?
He just showed me that while we were walking in.
Dude, it's like, can you imagine that? Oh, shit. Oh,
Yeah.
Whoa,
No, we're good.
whoa,
We're good.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah. No.
Oh, no.
Oh my god. Sorry, Joe.
There's like the piece of shit that works on the boat that's like, oh, my neck. My neck, guys.
You know it's coming.
Yeah, no doubt.
Hey, it's one of those things where the bridge is gonna hit the boat. Let them fight.
But I do think that's the challenging part, though, of coexisting is just finding out whether the traits that you have been taught as a human being growing up are compatible with another person's traits. And are you flexible to change some and open-minded enough to say, oh, your way might be better?
And if you're not, you shouldn't be fucking married.
Agreed.
Yeah. I think that's why we rarely ever have problems because you have to be flexible to fuck with me, yo. Like, and nah. Also that, you know what I mean?
Cirque du KC.
Start an OnlyFans and then you can buy tickets to that.
Ernie Hudson has a pretty large role in this one, thankfully.
You know who that is?
The Carl Weathers of Ghostbusters.
Nice. The Billy D. Williams, if you will.
Exactly. Didn't get enough credit, but he's still an integral part. So, but the movie was
What's going on,
good.
Chewbacca?
That'd be awesome.
Dude, he put some sauce on that shit. What's going on, Chewbacca? You still hanging out with this loser?
Yeah. I want to learn to play the guitar.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Bass.
Oh, man. It's like a South Park episode.
So anyway, the other dream that I had was even stranger. But like Laura was like leaving me. For this dude.
For dude?
Yeah. But this dude, like I can't. he kind of reminds me of. Did you ever see Napoleon Dynamite?
Yeah, of course.
All right, so it kind of reminded me of his uncle, the football player,
the guy who lives in the van.
Yeah, like he wasn't anything to like, not that I'm some fucking catch, but he wasn't anything to leave me over. Like, he was wearing when I met him, he had on jeans with a denim button-down shirt tucked into the jeans and like a full mustache and like a bowl kind of cut. And I wasn't mad really, but I was hurt, of course. But then I was like talking to Laura about it, and like, it was like conversations around it. But they're like, the kids ended up taking a picture with them, and then I was like, it was a whole thing, and I was talking to kids, and I was like, hey, you see this picture, right? And Jane was like, yeah, but like we didn't know. It was just like some guy we thought was a friend of mommy's, and now he took a picture. I was like, yeah, but now look how it looks. Like that everybody's super happy with this situation. And James was like, but we're not happy with this situation. I was like, I know, but that's going to be a hard sale to sell now that you've had this picture. And James was like, fuck, you're right. Like I was like, you're going to have to think about all that shit now. Like your whole life is going to change now and all this shit. And then I woke up like, you ever wake up still pissed?
Oh, yes, for sure.
Like I look over at like, you cheating bitch. She ain't done nothing wrong.
She's still asleep.
She's sleeping peacefully. I'm getting ready to choke her ass out.
It is a horror movie, and it's rated relatively high. It's called Malum, Malum. Don't bother looking up. Don't watch it. It's rated high, but it was not.
Isn't that what's that thing that connects your tongue to your mouth? Isn't that what Malum?
I don't know what the thing. What is that thing? I'm not that kind of doctor.
I think it's a frenulum.
A frenulum?
I think so.
That sounds like something in the taint area.
Side of your dickhead.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's like that area.
Yeah, it's the same. I think it's the same thing though. It's like the same tissue connector.
But we don't cut the one in the tongue off.
No, and you don't cut the one on the dick off either. No.
Yeah,
man,
you know what I'm talking about? Well, I don't.
No. Yeah, but I did, but it doesn't cut that bit. That bit
it shouldn't.
Yeah, unless somebody gets a little ambitious. So you got Edward fucking Scissorhands in the room, Richard.
I mean, people do.
Be careful, Doc.
People do get it fucked up.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I mean, look at some people. Look how wrong a fucking haircut can go.
It's fucked me up, fam. Wow. It's a small fragile part at that point.
The whole thing was that whole episode was about Jubilee growing up and getting into the next level.
Yeah.
So when that whole thing happened, it was just like, okay, I can appreciate it now. She gonna get her black bone, black.
I'm sorry,
black.
Wow. Is that what makes you grown?
Nah, she's gonna get her back blown out by Sunspot now. So
I was also thinking that
because I don't have any dioramas. Okay, so what do y'all say? Dioramas or dioramas? Diorama.
I
okay.
think that's the way it's.
Yeah. No, because we got into this last night. I was just like, because I was talking to Ricky. We was in a hangout last night. I was talking to Ricky, and then I said dioramas for some reason, and then Ricky was like, "I'm unfriending you." Right now. And I was like, what? He said, why are you saying diorama? I said, diorama, whatever. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? All right, let's move on.
And until Ricky can stay quiet in a group chat. He can't unfriend. I went on this boat for a fishing thing, and I'm pretty sure the guy that runs the boat is younger than me. Right? And I still I didn't want to smoke in front of him. Like I didn't want to curse. Like to me, he's like a station. He's like an adult. It's like doing adult things. Yes. Like I don't want to, get him in the way with my nonsense. Like I still feel that way. I still feel like, oh fuck, as a real adult. Like let me just, yes sir.
We didn't fucking grow up. That's our problem.
Good morning, sir. Yes. No, I'll get it. Don't bend over. Can I take that to the trash for you? No, I know you're 29, but you seem like you got your shit together. All right. I read a bunch of comics.
Well, that's random. All the ones Phil got you?
No, but I have. I'm never reading it. Just like the Coruscant Night shit, I am never reading it. Look, don't stop.
You could have brought Coruscant Nights with you to read.
I could have, yeah. But don't give me shit. Don't buy me shit. I'm not reading.
You read shit, bro. Who buys you?
All right, so a couple funny things happened. So they were sleeping in bunk beds while we were on the trip, Selena and Leia.
Okay.
And Leia's like, I love my bed. I love my bed. Only thing I didn't like when I bonked my head is a bunk bed. She was actually funny as shit this trip. Like, we went on this walk. It's by the sound or whatever. You know, it's like the ocean and it's by the sound. At a certain point, it ends and it's like private beach.
Okay.
And it's a sign. It's private property. You know, stay off. And Laura was like, "Oh, I wish we could go down there." And Leia was like, "There's no cops here."
Definitely your kid.
Yeah. So they went down there. And then what's another one that she said? Oh, so last night at this hotel, the same one that was a fucking 100 degrees in, I
78 to be fair.
yeah, 75. 75. I had a glass of wine, right? And I sat down on the bed too fast. And it was a small glass that they offer at the hotel, so I filled her up pretty high and made a fucking mess. Oh. So in the morning, I tried to clean it up and everything. Most people had fallen asleep by this point. In the morning, Selena's like, "There's a wine stain on that." And I was like, I know. I did the best I could. And then the baby was like, "Just tell him it was here already."
And she's going to be a menace. She's going to be a problem.
And I was like, "Baby, they know it wasn't here already." And she was like, "Tell them we don't even drink wine."
She's going to be a fucking problem.
Nice. I love your girl.
Yeah, they're funny, man. Yeah.
Were you watching the Ghostbusters movie?
So I haven't seen the previous one.
Yeah, me either.
I don't think I'm
did.
interested.
Afterlife was actually pretty.
I've heard that.
Pretty cool.
I just don't know.
But did you watch the new one?
I didn't watch the new one yet though.
Okay.
I don't know if I need more.
I haven't heard anything bad, so
No, me neither. Like, it's not even a
not
matter.
to assume that's good.
Yeah, like I saw the Ghostbusters 1, I saw Ghostbusters 2, and then I saw the female Ghostbusters.
I didn't see that one. I only saw first two.
I like to call them Ghost Dustbusters.
Still not canceled.
You know, I got that movie on digital. I still haven't watched it yet.
But we have two trainers of thought on that because I'm like, you know, maybe put the bad kids on the infield so the good kids won't let the ball get past the outfield.
I mean, depends on how
You know what I
good you
mean?
think the pitchers. I mean, the batters are though.
You bring the outfield close into the infield and you keep them tight up against the infield. Count on the infield to not be good for shit except for first base, and then have the outfield be the good kids that can not let the ball get past them and get it to the appropriate base. Anyway, neither here nor there.
The ball doesn't always get out there is a problem.
That's true too.
But when it does,
Yeah, but also
inside the park.
play shallow. You know, play close to the dirt. You know. But anyway, I say all
See,
that.
that's the problem is that, well, I'm sorry. That's the corporate mentality of why good workers get fucked.
Yeah.
You end up working two jobs
Yeah.
to cover the shitty
Yeah.
guy.
It's
hate
huh.
it. I fucking hate it.
Interesting.
It's an early symptom of a disease.
I mean, you just came up with that idea yourself.
Yeah.
You're just like, this is what we do.
No, because I'm working within the confines.
Yeah.
I can't be like,
Bro,
you're a
it's
kid.
Get rid of this bitch and get another
Yeah,
guy.
I know you
We
signed
can't
up.
do that at work.
I
We
know you
can't.
signed up for this $60 rec team, but if you don't get your trash ass kid back in that minivan and get the fuck out of here, you're fucking it up for everybody because they are fucking it up for everybody. Like. You know what I mean? Like they're like, because you know, like the softball, the girls like sing. They sing to like, you know, like they like chant at the other
Oh, they
kids.
chant.
Yeah,
Okay,
like
yes,
they're
yes.
like so if your kid is if your like team is is pitching. Right, the batting team will sing like a little song on the sideline, like new pitcher, take a look. She can't throw, she can't, like all this.
The own cheerleaders.
It's all that type of shit. And when Selena was up there pitching, and everybody parent just kind of like stays quiet, like, come on, Madison, you can fucking do it. And I'm sitting back and I'm like, yeah, let him sing to you. You know why? Because you're a star. Let him sing to the star. Like, it's like that. That's why other parents like fuck with me and shit. And then some of them I think don't fuck with me and shit for the same reasons, but it's all right.
You know the mystery of the mattress store. Like, there's never anybody at any of the mattress.
No.
Like, there's one.
It's like a Staples.
Right.
No, I'm sorry, Michael's.
Okay.
Michael's. I feel like Michael's operates off the honor system. Whenever I walk in, I can't find a fucking employee to save my life. I'm like, where is the?
Okay, but let's be honest. You've seen other people, and I'm not talking about employees. I'm talking about
like mattress stores.
There's one right there where I live, right by the liquor store. I don't think I've ever seen a single person in. I mean,
got you. A
never.
Customer.
Like, yeah. So these as a they don't. So, if you look at a map, and I've watched YouTube videos, but like there'll be a mattress store in a small town. Like, it'd be like, how many mattress stores are in Frederick? Seriously. I mean, if you Google, there's probably 15
a lot.
mattress
Yeah.
stores. Right. At one point
Because all these motherfuckers are sleeping on me, Joe.
That's right. I get if I think I'm remembering this right, they were putting in a satellite dish. No, a satellite dish.
Right.
A big one.
Not like a DirecTV one.
No,
Like the shit that like NASA uses.
Exactly. Yeah, I think you can talk to the moon with it. So my dad and my uncle at the time, and I say that because he and my aunt got divorced, and later he committed suicide, but that's unrelated to this story. Are you sure? He hung around a little longer than that. You know what I mean? Shout out to CL. So,
God bless the dead. Ever tell the story? Mm-hmm. My neighborhood, there was a kid named Kenny, and his father was like this history buff, huge history buff, and he was kind of like an outcast in the neighborhood. Like, he was around, we let him hang around, but nobody really fucked with him. He was,
just tolerate him.
Yeah. So I had a cousin, this kid Jared from Louisiana on my father's side, and I brought him. He was like staying with us for a week because he lived in a terrible place. So, like, they always try to like let him like. And my place wasn't great,
but it's better.
But it was better, and it was like let him have a little slice of life, And anyway, so we're all sitting outside, we're playing, and we were playing guns. We used to play guns, like kids in the neighborhood would like bring out guns and chase each other and shoot each other.
I remember that.
And there's always that one fucking dumbass kid, like, you missed me. Like, motherfucker, either play right or
I'm invincible.
Yeah, fucking get out of
I'm
here.
invincible.
Anyway, Kenny went into his house and brought out this 1-1 replica of like the gun that shot Kennedy.
Oh, geez.
And it was like,
probably something he shouldn't be held
at all.
It's not a toy
at all.
Okay.
And it was like, like that gun was like a bolt action.
Mm-hmm.
So like my cousin was like, hey, can I see it? And he gave it to him, and he tried to do the bolt action. It was like, crack, broke the handle, crack, broke the whole bit, like the slider off of it, and then just said, oops, broke it, cuz, and threw it. Because there was in front of my house was like where the trash collection was, so it sucked coming outside. It was like all trash, and you're like right in front of your house, like a huge pile of trash. And but like there was like an empty can out there, and he was like, "Oops, broke it, cuz," and just threw it right in the fucking. Dude, that kid got his ass whipped that night. I guarantee you. So my wife thought it refers to people with cerebral palsy.
Oh.
And I am of the school of thought that it refers to people with Down syndrome.
Yeah.
And we went 12 rounds.
Oh my God.
You know,
You didn't ask nobody. You didn't get a third party.
I think we did, but I think people were scared to enter the opinion because of how heated the debate was in the room. It was a bunch of people here.
Oh, it wasn't a private conversation.
No. It wasn't. I think it was at my townhouse. And I think somebody eventually was like, "Why not both?" You know. Yeah, and I say that tongue in cheek. Like I know people have every time we do conversations like this, I'm like, somebody is sitting there and their brother, and like they're like, oh, shucks, But like I think like in life, like I have all sorts of problems in my life, right? Like
You don't say.
and I joke about my problems all the time.
Yeah.
Drunk mother and abusive mother and my father is like out of touch with his grandchildren.
He would hug you if you weren't his kid.
Exactly. Like everything is on the table for me as long as it's funny.
Yes.
But if it's not funny, then it's offensive.
Yes.
Right? But to me, it's like you had to be able to separate yourself from it a bit and be like, okay, that's funny. But anyway, I'm not going to go too far into it, but I don't mean any offense to anyone. It's just to have a laugh with a couple guys.
But yeah, it's coming back.
It's coming. Seems like it's coming back.
How do you feel about it? How do you feel about, in general, words coming back that were somehow banned, like socially banned?
So
Do you think there are ever words that were like should probably better left unsaid?
Toodaloo. I've got no time for it. It sounds dumb. Just say goodbye. Get it out of here.
Whatever words you're using, as long as it's not mean-spirited.
Right.
That's what it comes down to, right? If you're not saying something to be derogatory, you're using it in any other way, to be ironic, to be funny, to be, you know what I mean?
Well, so I don't know.
You don't know.
Because like, all right, so you cut me off in traffic.
Uh-huh. And then?
And I'm like, oh, this fucking R word,
That's mean-spirited.
It is.
But it's also warranted.
But it's also, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And sometimes, like, I'm just trying. I don't know, man.
I'm trying to get us canceled.
I'm trying to express myself.
Yeah.
Why can't I express myself? Everybody gets to express themselves. Why can't I express myself? Live my truth.
I can drink 4 alcoholic drinks in a 2-hour flight because they'll bring them as often as you want them. So
nice.
That's the cool thing about sitting in first class. So
I do love first class.
It's nice.
The comfort level is just
it's insane.
Compared to the
peasants,
the troglodytes, the fucking what do they call those in the Titanic? The people with the fucking bilge,
rubbish, I believe.
Rubbish.
And don't get me wrong, like I've only flew first class like once in my life.
Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Yep. We're gonna have a the NECA room there down.
Yes.
So we're gonna have that as a panel room. We're gonna do panels.
Okay.
And some other stuff during the
activity.
activity.
For a second.
Yeah.
Nope, NECA. It's
NECA for those listening.
It is
NECA.
Yep.
So you've been down in Alabama for a minute.
They'll be like, I always thought it was gonna be Bobby that got us canceled. Turns out,
NECA, please make. NECA, please make the rest of the Jaws figures. Kelly, Brian, and I went to the Hagerstown 4-State Comic-Con
in the Sallyport.
It's a Sally Port. Yes.
It's a Sally Port. It's a Sally Port.
So last week, Joey and I were saying how we're gonna build a wall for Pennsylvania, and then we're also gonna build a wall to Western Maryland.
With
But
the barrel part.
But Hagerstown is going to be a Sally Port, where there'll be a wall at the eastern end and a wall at the western end, so we can both frequent it, the
Gotcha.
western and eastern end, if we need to.
Okay.
But it's kind of like a neutral zone, and then we can close it back off to Western Maryland.
Yeah.
Are you planning for the Civil War? Is that
No,
what
we
you're-
decided Maryland there's too much. There's too much going on. We don't need the barrel. We don't need the magazine.
Yep.
We just need the
middle bit.
Just the
We
middle.
just want
The
the kind of
triangle
our-
bit.
yeah.
Just a triangle bit.
From the trigger to where the ejaculate.
I don't know what kind of guns. I don't know what kind of guns you've been shooting, Bobby, but I have yet to find one that ejaculates.
I said
To the window, to the wall.
the word that I chose was ejaculate.
That's still not right.
Oh no,
It's eject.
It was too close. Yeah, but
My fucking stomach hurts.
so there.
So you want Maryland to be the size of like Vermont,
Yeah.
It's Illuminati upside down.
upside down Illuminati. There we go.
Oh,
So
Ejaculate. It's gonna be,
ejaculator. From the trigger to the ejaculator.
I'm never going to be able to fire a gun again without thinking about it ejaculating the cartridge. Watch out for the ejaculation. Those are hot when they come out.
That's gonna be the title for the show.
Oh boy.
Fuck.
I appreciate that, but that's that thing where it's like, you weren't really the best of parent, but
You're a
why
good
are you like
I
being
think
nice to the kid?
I think my mom would have been a kick-ass grandparent too, and she was an awful mother.
Yeah.
But I also like my mom's super passive aggressive now because like she can't beat us anymore. So like she says little slick shit. And
Yep.
my brother Ben is a mopper as well, and I don't think he has the same reputation that I have in mopping, but he did get promoted, and she like I didn't hear from her. I haven't heard from her, but she made a point to reach out and let me know that Ben's been promoted. Ben is a promoted mopper. Just in case you didn't know, he's promoted. Yeah. How are you doing? You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's like, bitch, I don't want to be promoted.
Right. Yeah, you good right where you at.
I'm doing all right.
I'm perfectly good, thanks. And she looks like Skeletor now. She lost all this weight, and she was never like a big girl, but she was like a like a average sized woman.
Yeah.
But now she's like, she looks like He-Man. She wanted to be Skullface mom for real. He used to crack me up. He was a funny fucking dude, but like he said, I remember we had this one class together, and there was this girl in the class. I forget her real name. She went by Peaches, and her and her head. She looked like she had the Zika virus or whatever that shit was. Like she had this little ass head. Like she was a petite girl anyway, but her head looked like just like somebody squeezed her shoulders just a little too long, and this little pop just went. You know what I mean? And she was like, you can call me Peaches. She like said that in the class, and I remember Smoke saying like, what about if I just decide to call you Lil Head? It's like one of the first days of school. I think it was funny as shit. And Passion of the Christ has a great devil in it. I say it every time, but it's my favorite devil in any movie. Favorite devil? White devils?
Of course. I live with one.
What would Dr. Umar say? We all went to go see episode 1. He was like in our friend group, so he just went with us, right? So we all go. Almost got into a fight, I believe, that night. With
that episode 1 or 2?
It may have been both. Remember the time Brutus jumped over the what do they call it? We go out
the concessions.
There was like a little concession stand in the hallway. He just jumped over and filled his cup up and like. But anyway, it doesn't matter. But like we're outside, and it was after the movie, and Shane used to do this thing, all yo, like right. We all used to do it, but like he used to go super exaggerated with it, and all yo could have been anything, right? So like if you like just pulled up in a brand new Benz, I'd be like, oh yo, like like wow, look at that. Or like if I just lost all my Bitcoins, I'd be like, oh yo, like it's like it could be anything, right? So like, but he would always go over the top, like like he would go over the top with it. So he was leaning up against the car, and his shoulders started to like slump, and his eyes rolled in the back of his head, and he started and his mouth opened up, and we all thought he was getting ready to hit the ultimate all yo. That's what I'm playing. And he just passed out like on the fucking floor, pissed himself this whole bit. Like we picked him up, put him in the car, took care of him, got him home, all that shit. I lost my Columbia jacket that night somewhere down the line, but it doesn't matter. I'm clearly over it. But anyway, I remember like talking to him the next day, because like we put him in bed, so to speak, and all that kind of shit. And the next day I hit him up like, hey man, you good? He's like, yeah. He's like, dude, the effect's just too real these days. The effects are just too real.
Oh, yo.
One last question. Completely understanding Bobby's thoughts on how to pronounce Make Toys. Why does Bondi always get the extra sauce? Okay, so I had said last week about Make Toys. I say make toys because I don't say like mozzarella. I say mozzarella.
Yeah, that's what it is.
But so here's the thing about Bondi. I don't know another way to say it. So I'm not saying like Bondi. I'm not.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Your face is even saying Bondi.
Couldn't help himself.
You put water in the cup, it becomes a cup.
Yeah, man. So finally, I'm running my own service center store. I'm in the service business. I work for Volkswagen, and I got my own store finally. So able to build my team. It's been stressful. I'm
Volkswagen, huh?
Yeah.
Progress, am I right?
Facts. Facts, man.
Jesus films out it.
So there's The Son of God, which was a movie based off of the Bible series. It's called The Bible. That came on like network television. So that's called The Son of God.
I don't know if I saw that one. Let me look at other ones.
So that gentleman came out of Spain, and Oprah had him on his show. And he talked about like how impactful it was to even play Jesus. So that was a cool one. It wasn't
King of Kings in 1961. I haven't seen it.
King of Kings.
Son of God is on here.
Yep, Son of God.
The Jesus film. That's 79. I don't know if I've seen that one either.
There's also Jesus in Technicolor. I think that's out there. I've never seen it, but it's a thing.
Jesus on Ice.
How does he do that when he's on the cross?
Just put him in there. And
He's got.
He's got like skis.
So anyway, we were talking about it. And I was saying, like, the first time that I heard a 9/11 joke, because I didn't check that show out. It was like a roast or something. I didn't check it out 2 years later. But the first time I heard a 9/11 joke, I had, like, mixed feelings about it. Because there's, like, I recognized why it was funny, this joke. But I also, like, am considering the tragedy, right?
Sure.
And then the second one hit.
Oh, gosh. Oh. Oh, jeez.
Man.
Anyway.
Bobby, do you know what you call a reluctant potato?
Tell me.
A hesitator. That's pretty bad, huh? I have to remember to tell Joe about that. Do you guys know what you call a celebrity that eats cereal?
Tell me.
Reese with her spoon. Can I get a honk for that?
Yeah, sure.
All right, that's good. trying to get a bunch of stuff done around the house and catch up on. I have a I have a diorama company that my wife is a key component of. So I think today it's the conversation is, are you ready to get back to work?
What you should do is have me come over one day and I'll like hide in the bushes with a pair of binoculars and be like, who the fuck is that? Like, that's just my workers' comp guy I hired.
So he saw you mowing the grass. So that's funny.
There's a lot of random shit I watched, like
game shows.
Pretty Power League bowling, which is like all girls.
Surprise.
Dressed up cutely and made up, but they're
they do this? Do they do
some of them do, but they're on different like teams. But like they're really good. They're like mid to high 200s.
Do they do trick shots?
No.
Nobody does like a spinning.
No, because I think that's not conducive to being good at bowling.
Oh, I know, but
except for like Harlem Globetrotters, I guess they're really good at basketball. Right?
Against the
they win every time.
You know, like
against the Washington Generals.
Standing on a pyramid of other little children is not the best. Is not the best place to juggle. But I've seen the Chinese do it in Cirque du Soleil.
Sure.
It's the only way.
And in my mom's van, she had like. We might have been coming back from Florida. We might have been visiting my mom's mom in Florida. And yes, because we went down in a station wagon. They had a van. They wanted a smaller vehicle. We needed a bigger vehicle because the family was getting bigger, and they just traded vehicles.
Okay.
And we came back in this van. So it's brand new to us, and we're heading back, and my sister is getting car sick, and she just was like, oh God, and throws up.
Just out of nowhere,
throws
no
up
warning.
in the car. Me and Tug are sitting in the front row, and we're like, "What the fuck?" Ben's like, "What?" Ben throws up all over. That was two kids throwing up back to back. And Tug and I are like trying to like keep away from this shit. My mom jumps over like the center console, comes in the back, has like a bucket. I don't even know where she gets it from. She's trying to like scoop the vomit
while you're still rolling.
Yes, my stepfather's still getting it down up 95, and she's scooping the bucket like full of vomit with her bare hands.
Oh God!
And then the bucket is sitting between me and Tug now.
Oh no!
Tug looks down at his thigh, and there's a little piece of vomit on his thigh, and he's like, "It's on my leg," and goes to like kick it off, kicks the bucket. The bucket throws the fucking puke all over the front of my
God!
It was hold on, wait, no. Where's my? There, hold on one second. I'm just sorry about all that. I'll cut all that out. Here we go.
It's a nightmare.
That's the one I'm looking for.
Really?
Some Asians can't drink, or like it's like really bad for them. But I also same night I had to fucking carry her up 3 flights of stairs because she couldn't. Dude, I tried to get her out of the car. She was already like 140 something. We were already working out at this point. She was like 140 something pounds. I tried to get her out of the car. I was like, dude, you gotta go sleep upstairs. Her exact words was, "Just leave me here to die." I said, man, I haven't had this life since way my fucking early 20s. So like I've had to pick this bitch up.
Yeah, I can't
carry her up 3 stairs.
I can't say I miss that life. I miss a lot of fun stuff back then, but just
to leave me here to die, like feeling you know that feeling. You just like, don't touch me, don't move me.
Yeah,
like you're on your side. I found one comfortable spot in which I'm not going to throw up in.
And it's all the cure is always it's a bit of sleep.
Yes,
it's always at some point during the day you wake up and you're like, we're good.
Yeah.
Are we good?
We have to sleep.
We're fucking good. All bets are off, God.
Oh yeah. I'll never do this again.
Psych. Gotcha, bitch.
Hey, Joey.
Yo.
I met a guy that works at a recycling center. He's the guy who does when the cans come in, he crushes them.
The presser.
Yeah, he's got some mental health issues. It's so depressing.
I used to work at a fire hydrant factory. Couldn't park anywhere near the place.
Oh wow.
That's a Stephen Wright joke. So I happened to be hanging out with a couple guys that I know that happen to be into Star Wars. We just
Fun.
And then it was literally like,
you must be the life of the party around that group.
weird.
Oh, here comes
Joe. Well done,
Here
sir.
comes
Okay.
Bobby. Here comes Bobby shit on Star Wars saves.
So anyway,
I think I like the fact that we are not having to tie it to anything
Yet.
Like there's, well,
Yeah.
Yoda will pop up.
I so to speak.
Boring you are. Dull the past is.
So how
That was good.
I will say, like from a creature standpoint, we're seeing that was more than one alien. That's
There's
it.
the old lady. There's the old white lady. There's the old Asian guy. There's the young black dude. And then there's the Zoobly Zoo face ass bitch.
So his
it sounds like I'm telling a story in Baltimore. So I hear it was this weekend. And it was,
the Zoobly Zoo ass bitch.
Face ass bitch.
That's fair. I went and saw apes.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
What'd you think?
that's what the question comes from. We're gonna ask Bobby.
Oh,
Would
yeah.
Would you want hand feet?
If you
Yeah.
had the option,
Yes.
Oh,
What would you do with them?
Probably nothing of any value.
we were assuming we were assuming you'd say masturbate.
No, I would do stuff like just do my floors would be cleaner.
Because you have hand
I
feet.
just
too.
pick shit up all the time. You know, like my laundry would always get picked up.
So let's say that
Dude, I tie the fuck out my shoes.
let's say this. Let's say
Anything I didn't have to bend over for.
I spent 4 hours tidying up my side of our bedroom the other day. Oh my god! And just like we have the cuck chair. I don't know why this chair's in. I swear to God, there's
I love that.
There's a chair in the bedroom that
Yeah.
you know what it does. That's the. I'll wear that again before I wash it.
Yeah,
pile.
exactly.
And I'm
It's like
like-
is the clothes layout or cat
So I
seats?
told Kelly, I'm like, I don't want this chair anymore. So she put it on Marketplace, and I'm like, I'm just probably going to say, I'm going to take this to Goodwill.
Or Green Drop. And I want to be honest about Echolite too. I don't hate it.
Right, which is surprising because we were assuming you were gonna hate it.
Yeah, I don't hate it. I just don't think it's great. I don't even think it's good. I think it's fine, but I think the DNA of it is just set to make it good.
Yes.
And they were like, no, fuck it. Make it gay. You know, and like you know, and I'm like, know my heart, not my words, but that's how it feels.
Is it possible in any universe where that can be the title of the show? Fuck it, we'll make it gay. Please. It's Pride Month. We can do it.
I know.
We can get
And-
away
and-
with
and
it.
look, and- you know, it's like and take the sexual part out of it. If a random man just grabs me,
Yeah, that's
what the fuck are you doing? Who are you talking to?
Yeah.
You better leave me the fuck alone. Except nowadays, everybody got a fucking pistol on them because you know what I mean. But aside from that, it's just like I don't know, man. I don't know what world we're living in. It's just not the world that I know. Mm-hmm. You know, and it's not like and if it was some dude that looked like a this dude is not because Kevin had a type.
Okay, what if you were in a situation and it was Gary Oldman?
Oh, you know I'm giving it up.
Hey, different rules.
I just put my head right on his shoulder.
I feel that way about Vin Diesel. We could nuzzle our bald heads together.
You know, Gary Oldman's my man crush. I did this review of the Fans Toys tapes, and the drone I just kept calling clone, just by accident, just because they rhyme and the rhythm is the same, and saying it, so my brain just like it could have been 1,000 different things, but it dropped in that place. I mean, the comments, people going out of their way to educate me on the proper name. Like, I wish I could transform you into a mute. It's unbelievable, but whatever. People, and then there's like the why do you keep saying clone when it's clearly the drone TX model such and such that was in the episode, whatever. And then you have the other ones that are like, you keep saying clone, but I've always known it as drone. Am I wrong, or is it clone? Like that's the passive aggressive ones. I rarely comment on any of it, but I didn't comment on any of those, but I just hate that shit, I guess. Nerds. Fuck. I chose the wrong walk of YouTube. Fucking
And
Anyway.
to assume that the 3,000 comments hasn't been made about that already.
Yeah. That's everybody thinking, oh, I'll help. I'll step in. All day he's been waiting for a guy like me to come in and set the record straight. Excuse me, boys. Where's the front of the line? Alan or Andy, if you're out there, let us know if you know about it and if maybe it's just funny to Irish people.
I was thinking that. I was like British, maybe it's like British,
Right.
British humor. It's like Irish humor. I don't fucking
Well,
get
some British humor, I would argue, is
I mean,
superior to the American humor. Some British humor. Like The Office. Like,
You're-
It was on,
I was waiting for that.
it was on the tip of my tongue. I was trying to get something clever out, and I couldn't. Also, I'm not going to drive a Nissan Versa around. I don't fit in a Nissan Versa.
You don't want
So I want at least a mid-sized car, right? So it'll say something like Chevy Malibu or better. Like, well, I mean, I can fit in a Malibu.
That's a very specific.
Right. Or like RAV4 or better or something like that. So we get
what do you
there.
think I rap for? To push the fucking RAV4?
Yeah, here I am in a Nissan Rogue. You don't think I think about that? Oh, that's why I didn't buy a RAV4. I'll be honest. I will never.
You fucked that brand up.
Yeah. So we get
For
there.
no reason.
For no reason.
I don't have much shame in things, so I don't find anything guilty. I talk about everything that I like.
Yeah, so I talk about it too. I'm just upfront with it. I'm upfront,
Yeah, like,
but they're still guilty to me. But I'm upfront about it.
Like what?
Some of my music choices, like
the obnoxious stuff.
So not that stuff. More so like you know that song, the bean is in the sound.
Oh yeah.
La 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 la.
Yeah.
Like I love that fucking song.
Yeah, it's great.
But that's a guilty pleasure to me.
It's guilty to you.
Yeah, that's like if I were to like.
It's a club song.
I agree, but if I'm pulling out of the neighborhood, my windows are up when that bad boy's on.
You don't want people to know that you're listening.
You think it fuck up the vibe in the neighborhood?
Yeah,
or at work?
it's just so corny, you know. Like I know exactly what it is. I'm perfectly well aware of exactly what it is. It's
Todd, he's talking. I was like, well, look, I'm gonna teach you. Mm-hmm. And I was like, yeah, we can teach you. I was like, all right, hey, I have gear. So it's like, here you go, put this on. And then Laura saw it. I was like, fuck. All right, I gotta get to this before she does. So I go, hey, Bobby, by the way, he was like, no, Laura already talked to me.
No, she hadn't.
She had.
No, I told you. I was like, Dante, bad idea. This is a bad idea. This sounds like a bad idea. And you're like, no, it's a good idea. And I was like, Dante,
I have a bad feeling about this.
I got a bad feeling about this. Like it's not going to end well. And you're like, it's no big deal. We're going to go outside and then Laura came in, and then I see fucking Alan wearing his suit.
Dude, I've never seen anyone get changed that fast.
And then
he was ready. Like
He was
Superman
ready,
in the
bro.
phone
And
booth. I was
then
like,
and then
whoa.
Laura came in the back door because somebody told Laura, hey, Dante is going to spar with someone and it's not gonna work out.
So
Who's the snitch?
So
It
Laura,
was Chris.
so
Sarah was like he was freaking out like you were going to kill someone. I was like, no.
so Laura came. She was looking for you all over the place, and I have video footage of it because Jaina had the camera. And then you came in, I'm with you in the backyard, and she came in the back fence door, and she was like, and her first words were, Dante, you good? and I was like, they want to fight. Bad idea, right? And then you screamed, it's not fighting, it's sparring. And she was like, absolutely not, Dante. And I was like, there you go, absolutely not. And then I looked over to Alan, I was like, go put your kilt back on. And like,
Are you gonna do it in the front yard?
yeah, I have,
We're gonna go in the back.
In the corner unit.
I have the video footage of it. I'm gonna find it.
Missed a good time.
I'm gonna find it.
No, well, it's like for Alan and I was like, okay, like because he came to our open mat on Monday, and which was a good experience
At your
at my gym.
Okay.
Which I guess we had people training for a big tournament upcoming, so they turned the heat on because like folks are still cutting, trying to get a few pounds off. I was like, it was the worst fucking day to have a guest. But that was an experience. It was a fun experience. He choked me. It was fucking weird, getting choked by another dude from a different country.
And now I'll show you a little behind the scenes on some drama with absolutely no context.
Where's Dante? You good, Dante?
Hey, they want to fight. I think it's a bad move. No.
It's not a fight. It's friendly.
You agree it's a bad move, right? We're gonna go put your kill back on. You know what? That's the only time you'll ever hear that.
Come on, go inside. Oh, guys, there's some beef. Gotta get in on this.
That's Jaina. Guys, there's some beef. Gotta get in on this.
It's all friendly.
Remember I was just kiss my ass, that guy, and I shouldn't have. I tell you the story. So I'm walking down. I forget what fuck. We were somewhere in Manhattan. I got my family with me in middle of December, so it's fucking cold, right? It's like 2021, I think. So COVID is here, it's not here. It's, you know what I mean? We're in that kind of era. And my kids are all wearing masks. They have to have masks because we're going into places that some require them, some don't. Some restaurants require your fucking vaccination card, some don't. Like, it's, you know what I mean? That's a fucking real time in this country. And we're walking down the street. It's like 9 o'clock at night. It's fucking cold, middle of December. My kids got their mask on outside because they're fucking cold and they're wearing it for warmth on their face. And this guy walks past and he's like, "Oh, you got your fucking kids wearing masks, fucking sheep, Bob." And like, I'm not even that type of dude, like I've always been hit or miss on the mask shit, and but I was just offended that he had felt the need to say something about it.
Yeah, to you for no, to your family for no reason.
I turned around and I was like, "Fuck you," and he was like, "Fuck you," and then I was like, I had been wanting to try to kiss my ass back. Like, I've been wanting to try it. And I was like, "Kiss my ass." And then as soon as I said it, I was like, "Oh, that ain't it."
Hey, I got some action figures. You want to talk about? I can pose this one in a triangle.
Good articulation.
Right. Yeah, and then I've been taking edibles and listening to Billy Ocean.
Nice.
That was the last kick to it.
Perfect.
It seems like it would be a good idea until you get past the third song. And I was like, oh shit, I don't know any other songs. So I don't recommend at all. I mean, I like his music. Those 3 songs. On Shudder, Baghead was pretty good.
Oh man, CB4, the Bagheads. We're the Samoans and you gotta put us on. Dude, what a great fucking movie. Why haven't I watched that recently?
I think it came up recently at home.
Why would it ever come up?
Dude, that.
Because Juneteenth was like, black y'all, I'm black and you black, black y'all.
Right. Dude, that part where they're like in that drive-by shooting and they got Sam Elliott in the car. He's like a journalist from Rolling Stone, and they're coming down the street and they're getting off on an exit. And Gusto is like, "Oh, they'd be crazy to follow me down here." And Sam is like, "Is it because it's your hood?" And he's like, "Worse." And as he gets on the exit, like the camera backs out, and it's like the freeway at rush hour. It's just like awful traffic. And they're like, "Yeah, fuck that bitch, Froggy style." What a fucking film,
Doesn't get the love that it deserves.
It doesn't. That sweat from my balls, that shit is a bop.
I watched Alone season 10, which I still love. I love that series. I'm glad they're making more. This time they were in Saskatchewan.
I believe that's a Bigfoot.
There was no Bigfoot up there. They fucking wish. It's like a bunch of like everyone gets their own island this time. This is a show where people get dropped off with 2 suitcases full of camera equipment, and they're forced to like film themselves. Well, not forced, but that's part of the agreement. You have to lug these things
Sounds
around,
forced.
and you have to film yourself 24/7 basically while you're by yourself in like this time it's on an island in Saskatchewan. And
I believe it's also a Chinese chicken.
You're right. You're right. I would know. McDonald had a sauce for that. I don't want to ever hear you say anything about my Italian hands again.
So these 2 gay guys are married, and they're having a hard time kind of keeping intimacy. Life's getting busy, it's getting hectic. They have both successful careers. They don't have the time they used to have when they started dating, et cetera, et cetera. So like they're trying to spark it up. They've had conversations like we got to do something, right? Because we don't want to stray too far from one another and blah, blah, blah. They're in love, right? So the one guy says, look, I got an idea. Tonight we're both home. I got a game. You lay down, I'm going to strip you naked. You lay down on your stomach, and I'm going to take an item and rub it up and down your back, and you have to guess what it is. I'm going to blindfold you too, so you have to guess what it is. If you get it right, then we switch. So he says, fun. Sounds great. So strips him down, blindfolds him, lays him on the bed, takes a feather, and is going up and down his back lightly with a feather. And the guy's like, is it a feather? He's like, it is. Fuck. Okay. This is easier than I thought. All right, let me. So then he strips. He lays down. The other guy gets up, and he looks in the bag, and there's like a bag of stuff, a feather, and all like a dildo, all sorts of stuff in there. Right. Right. But he's like, well, this guy packed a bag, so I don't want to use what he knows what's in there. So he goes outside. He gets a garden hose, takes the nozzle off, comes up. And he's running it up and down his back, And the guy's like, is it? This wasn't in the bag. Is this a garden hose? And he's like, it is. Fuck, dude. He's like, okay. So they switch again. So now the original guy knows that he's going through the bag. So now he feels stuck. So he goes into the bathroom and he gets one of those
plungers.
You played?
Nice. Much better than that joke.
Because everything's a complaint now, and like all the stuff before is a complaint. So it's like, well, give them something that's tangible now, because I don't know how the animator is gonna handle, certain situations. Are they going to be true to the source, or
I was wondering if it's going to be the same retelling,
water it down a little bit? I imagine they're going to stay true to it, but there might be some parts that might be watered down. Because honestly, if you're watching The Watchmen,
well, who watches The Watchmen? Got him, dude.
Fuck.
Okay, so Paul C. writes in. He says, the nightmare scenario, you got to take a shit real bad, and by some miracle you make it to a public toilet, but there's no toilet paper. What's your move? Is your move different when you're around acquaintances, like at work, or or your surroundings not make a difference?
Is it paper towel in the dispenser?
So if there is, that's the go-to move.
Yeah, that's the go-to move.
If not, I'm taking a sock off.
Can't relate.
Perfect. Well played. Bubble. There's a little dragon that blows bubbles. And
it used to be called Bust a Move.
Is it?
Yeah, back in the day.
Yes. In America.
And playing verses on Bust a Move was the shit.
Yes.
Because you could make like a whole chain of bubbles.
And then it just fuck them up.
And then pop them, and it would drop all your bubbles off your screen, but then they show up on your competitor's screen.
And it rises from the bottom or it comes down from the top.
Comes down from the top.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Great game. Simple games.
Great game.
Simple, great games. I love it.
Yeah.
Tetris is like the Puzzle Fighter. I love Puzzle Fighter.
Yeah.
Because it's like it's cute Street Fighter themed.
Uh-huh.
And then when you, depending on how many gyms you blow up, at the same time, your guy would do like the special move like Hadouken or something.
Mm-hmm.
I love that kind of
We played that shit so much. I mean, it was my teenage years, and we were getting stoned and playing Bust a Move. But we played
you get in the zone. You get in the flow state when you're fucking stoned, and you like all you see is bubbles.
But we played it so much that Bust a Move just became like slang for us. Like, oh man, I'm hungry. Let's bust a move up to,
That's awesome.
you know, and then sometimes we'd be like we've been at a certain state in the night, and like, what do you want to do? You want to bust a move, or you want to bust a chill?
Yeah, shout out to Young MC.
Some people need a shrink. You know, psychological.
I mean, some people.
Yeah, mental health.
I think
mental health.
I think
yeah.
we're some people, Bobby. I don't know about you, but I think we're some people, Bobby.
Yeah,
but we don't do that.
No, I drink it away.
I just jerk off more. Get the dopamine going.
There you go.
I do that too. Hey, maybe I'm attacking it from both ends.
I just finished it like, hey,
yeah, you know.
So maybe that's a big brown bird.
And what's fucked up is like Orioles are a bird.
Yeah,
you know, but you see robins all the time.
Right.
You barely ever see an Oriole.
Yeah. So,
but the color difference is clearly different. You know, because your robins are bright red, almost a bright red, and your Orioles are that. You know,
Cardinals are bright red.
Cardinals are bright red. Or robins are orange.
Robins
and
are more orangish. Let me pick one up.
Look at it. Yeah, because Cardinals are red with the black eyes. They're cool looking.
Yeah. Yeah.
They have like a mohawk. They should have.
Yes,
right.
I like them.
Right.
Like, that's a robin.
Yeah, it looks just like an Oreo to me.
That looks like an Oreo.
So
fucked up.
Maybe our bird was supposed to be a robin, but the guy fucked it up that named it. That's an Oreo.
It's probably some fucking South Baltimore fucking like, oh, there go one, hon.
I've been calling Cardinals robins.
I was on a mopping job at a middle school that ended up, we thought it was going to be something, ended up not being much of anything. But we went there, and they said the floor that was in question was up on the second floor, but they also had a floor in question on the first floor. So I went up to the second floor just to get an idea of what mops and what equipment we needed, and they took the first floor. But so they were having a hard time finding it on the first floor. Right. So I came downstairs, and it's a middle school, but school's, of course, out for summer. So I saw as I walked by, and let me tell you something. Schools are a wreck during the summer. Everything is like stacked, pushed out of the way for cleaning and everything. It's a fucking nightmare. It looks like everybody's moving.
Yeah.
So anyway, I happened to see this little box in this room, and in the box sat like a human-esque puppet. But with more of a Muppet snout.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? And it had like braids for hair, like long braids for hair. But he was a friendly little Muppet. So I just spotted it out the corner of my eye, and I come back into this main room, and my coworkers are all still kind of looking, and they have a representative there from the school to try to help. But he's actually a little stressed out given the scenario because he doesn't quite know where it is either. He's trying to help us. I saw that Muppet, and I went in and grabbed it real quick, and I hid behind this filing cabinet, and I just waited for them to come back around, and I popped them up real quick, and I was like, "Ha! Did you find it?"
Fun at work.
And my fucking crew lost it, and this one fucking guy that's like helping, like trying to figure out how to help us is just looking like, what the fuck? Who the fuck? Like, who did I call? What company did I book for this job? But it was a good time. I had my shirt open some event recently, and somebody was like, "Look at all that shit you got." My chest hair was poking out. Like, look at all that shit you got going on. I was like, I'm trying to bring Harrison Ford 1983 back, and I was like, get Han Solo vibes. And they was like, you're trying to bring Chewbacca 1983 back. Which was funny. Good. It's a good quid pro quo.
So wanted to address some of the things that you had spoke on.
And this was from the Patreon Sit Down Saturday.
Yes.
So if you want that, you got to go over there.
Yes. Yes.
Peasant.
I'm tired of giving. It's $5 a month, motherfucker. Like if you can't afford, I want to see your books.
Yeah.
Show me your books where you haven't bought some bullshit that month for $5.
Do you think they should cancel Netflix so they can get on Patreon?
They should cancel Netflix and not get on Patreon.
just cancel it.
I don't think of me yelling at you.
Yeah, you just
I'm yelling about the topic to you.
Yes,
Yep.
Yep.
But that's just, I don't know if it's culture. I don't know what it is, but
and also like a layer of separation over the phone instead of in person. That's just context that you will miss. Like the more steps away from in person, the more mixed up you're gonna be.
Yeah.
That's why you have a hard time with text.
Yeah, I'm terrible.
That's like really far.
Terrible at text and reading text and understanding text. I always think motherfuckers trying to get at me. You know, I'm always like, what the fuck does that mean? LOL. You know, my kids would rather watch Dance Moms.
Sure. Yeah. Oh my God. Yes. My daughter just discovered that stupid show.
Yeah.
And I watched one episode with her and I said, never again.
Yeah, I watched one episode with her and I was like, this is dumb.
Yeah.
And 3 episodes later, I was like, I hate that I'm watching this. And I know it's not good, but here I am caught up in the drama.
Yeah. No.
Fucking Abby, that bitch.
Yeah. We watched one.
I can't. I fucking can't.
Oh, it's not
I get
good.
so
It's
angry
terrible.
when I watch most reality shows. If I have to sit for more than 10 minutes of it, I get physically fucking angry.
So let me explain. Leia had a dance recital and I went to it, as I would have if she continued. But her shit is different, right? She's like fucking 6 at the time. It's like, oh. But the kids that are like 15, 16, you could see men in the audience. You know, I'm sitting 8, 10 rows back. You could see men in the audience just like looking away.
Yeah,
like, no,
that's
man, I'm
uncomfortable.
not looking at this.
Right.
Shit.
Yeah.
I'm not looking at whatever you're trying to do. I don't want to see it.
Yep.
My wife is able to completely separate it because she's not thinking sexually in the same regard. She's looking at fluidity of movement and how the body can shape and all that kind of stuff. And like, I'm like, look, I'm sure that shit is there, but let me tell you what else is there.
Yeah, what is also there? Yeah.
You know.
They're not mutually exclusive.
Yeah, and I've talked about that here before, but like, it is something that I do. Like, I'm like, man, like there's something that I think as a society, almost we don't want to admit because it like almost to recognize it says something. But I feel like everybody recognizes
No, you do.
it, but nobody really wants to talk about it out of the fear of the conversation. And
That's a lot of things.
Yeah, I
in
agree.
life.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. But when I saw fathers in front of me, like, oh hell no, you know, like looking off to the left, looking off to the right, I was like, man, we all know it. You know,
Yeah.
We, and shout out to the ones of us that don't want to keep looking. You know what I mean? They're
Yeah.
like, man, I don't want any part of that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, yeah, you got to look out for the guy who's on the edge of his seat.
Who's not there with family at all?
With his chin in his hands.
He just wants tickets for himself.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, I was surprised, but he had similar reaction to Frankenstein. He liked Frankenstein, the original.
I like the De Niro one. I feel like it doesn't get a lot of fanfare.
De Niro?
Yeah, it came out shortly after. It was like Bram Stoker's Dracula, and then there was Mary Shelley's Frankenstein.
Yeah,
And De Niro was Frankenstein.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think I just didn't realize that.
100%. 100%. You know,
Where's the range on that guy?
you're good. You're good, you.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I'm decent at school and taking tests and studying. That's like one of my strong points.
I'll buy it.
Did my eyes give it away, Bobby?
Let's just say I saw it in your eyes. The window to a man's soul, they say. But I like Lady Gaga, the actress, more than I like Lady Gaga, the musician.
Yeah.
Like Will Smith.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, except I still want to do songs for every me and Martin Lawrence, and we're back again. Bad Boys, aka the best of friends.
Perfect.
So I met a Chinese fellow yesterday, who I adored. I love this guy. He's 70 some years old. He looks great.
Mr. Miyagi or Shang Tsung vibe?
More Shang Tsung.
No, not Shang Tsung. Whoever Shang Tsung is in Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah. More him, but not so old yet. Like, you know, but he's balding and stuff like that. So long story how I got to him doesn't matter. It involves mopping, but
okay.
He got to talking, and I was like, I had an premonition, and I was like, "Are you Chinese?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Are you from the mainland or Hong Kong?" And he was like, something that said right on the border of Hong Kong. He basically
I think he identifies as Hong Kong.
Oh,
He's
great.
not
Love to hear
technically- It's like Long Island in New York City. I guess. And I was like, and he was like, you know China? Do you want to? And I was like, I know. I was like, a buddy of mine's from China. He's from Hong Kong, and I was like, but I would like to go. There's plenty I want to see there. But he's like, you should go. Good food, good people. All for government.
Perfect.
And I was like, yeah. I was like, I want to go. He's like, oh, you need go. Good food, good people. All for government. And I was like, dude, that's what I hear. That's what I hear.
That's definitely a Hong Kong guy for sure.
So that's not even the punchline bit. So I happened to bump into this guy while he was having some work done to his establishment. And it was
It's not a Chinese restaurant, is it?
No, but it is a supply chain for Chinese restaurants.
Okay. God damn it.
And he was basically having a new pipe put into this fixture that he had. And the company had just put a new pipe there recently. But this pipe is already leaking.
Oh.
So they're having the company come back out, and the company is putting a new pipe in. But it was just a month ago. And he was like, and you know what happened? And I was like, no. He's like, other guy come lazy. Pipe too fit. I see it. He tried to connect it little bit. And I started like busting out laughing because that shit was so fucking fun. He's just a little bit. And but I knew what he was trying to say. Like you know, like at the connector point.
Yeah.
You know, it's supposed to get like a full tight, but he only got like a couple rotations
so it's
onto
not
the
full fit.
that shit was funny as hell. So have you guys ever heard the Norm Macdonald joke about the frog that needed a loan from a bank? So it's amazing. Allow me to be the one to share it with you. All right. So this frog, he lives in a pond, and he's not like the other frogs. He's a bit of a loner. He's a bit of an artist, and he's been kind of creating these little decorative ornaments or tchotchkes or knickknacks, you might say. And he's pretty impressed with them. And actually, some of the other frogs are like, you know what? Like, you're living a different frog life, but they're pretty impressive little knickknacks you got there. And he's like, well, thanks, man. And one frog in particular is like, you probably could sell them. And he's like, you think so? And he's like, yeah. He's like, well, I don't mean, they're expensive to make. I don't have the money to make. And he's like, well, see if you can go to the bank and like get a loan for one of these. And, you know, he's like, well, I don't have any money and I'm a frog, you know, like, what do I use as collateral? He's like, well, you have a couple knickknacks already. You see if you can use the product as collateral. He's like, well, fuck it. You only live once, right? So he goes to the bank and waits in line. He gets up to the front of the line, and the lady says, next. And then the frog jumps up on the counter. You know, it's like, oh, shit, it's a frog, right? And the frog is like, good morning, ma'am. I'd like to get a loan. And like, what do you want a loan for? He's like, well, I create these decorative ornaments, these knickknacks, and I want to sell them as a business, and I need a loan from the bank as to make them, and the only collateral I have are the knickknacks themselves. So he gives them, and she's like, well, as sure as my name is Patty Black, I have no idea what the fuck this is. Let me get my manager and see if he has any understanding of these or the value of them. So the manager comes out and he looks at him. He's like, oh my goodness. And she's like, you know what this is? And he's like, of course I know what it is. She's like, well, tell me. And the guy says, it's a knickknack, Patty Black. Give the frog a loan.
I've been gone for a month and I come back to this.
I enjoy that one.
The joke of it is how long you can get people to stay invested in the story just to end with some bullshit, you know?
That's funny. Flew out to Orange County for a meeting out there. It's my first time in California.
Oh,
I could
really?
Definitely tell why the weather is so damn appealing. You know, there's not like bugs everywhere, and
because the temperature gets hot.
Yeah,
but it's a dry. It's a dry.
Well, you're not. Well, I will tell you from having gone to Phoenix this year, that dry heat's still a motherfucker. But so I got my head scanned.
Do you get it in the digital file?
So I have to pay for that, but he sends me two 2 head sculpts, and I said,
Just get it. Yeah, pay for it.
well, I said, let me see what it looks like first.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I'll $50, whatever. So that was pretty cool. I just
then you can print your own.
print my own, right?
Just put your head on everything, so to speak.
I try to. God bless me, I'm trying.
I don't know if it's our space station, but there's Russians and Americans on the
International
space station.
And
And
international.
It's
It's,
the
not ours. Fuck, it's in the name.
right. When I say
Goddamn
ours,
Americans.
it's not what I meant. I
We
meant
discovered it.
the one that we currently have in space. We as a human race.
There
That's
you
what
go.
I meant. I
There you
didn't
go.
mean.
We're charting in Russia, so let's be nice.
Now, who's being xenophobic now, huh? So the premise is, they're up there and, of course, they're being friendly and this, that, and the other. And, well, nuclear war breaks out downstairs, right? So you look down and you're seeing all these bombs and they can't get a hold to anybody. And then, of course, they get these cryptic messages like, basically both sides is like, hey, we got to take over this space station. Long story, I don't even remember what the chaos is that ensues at the end, but it was a good premise and poorly executed, and the acting wasn't great. I don't think it had anyone I recognized in it, which is fine, but it just it was like, oh, you guys are like 80% close on this being a good movie.
Yeah.
It's like you
You
didn't
had a
do
good,
that.
it's a good
The
idea.
last
Yeah.
thing.
But the thing is, if it's grounded at all in any reality,
Was in space, so that's
got him. Shit.
And they can't hear you.
got him, dude.
They can't hear you scream up there either. So yeah.
Fuck me.
But for 2, I don't think that Jonathan Majors should be kicked out. Like
In the first place. Right?
yeah, like that was a domestic issue that went too far, but it was no serious injury
Right.
done by anyone. Like shit does happen.
It does.
I'm not
I
sure
mean,
how it shook out, like what the verdict was on.
Weird choice of words, but because he did shake that bitch.
what did Bernie Mac say? I ain't never hit a bitch, but I'll shake the shit out of her.
Yeah, I thought it was good, man. I thought it was a good movie, and it was refreshing to see a good superhero movie,
Yeah.
let alone Marvel. Just a good superhero movie.
Yeah, I mean, I thought he puts on the mask, and even that was like I was kind of nervous about how that would end up looking, but it looks fucking.
Did you catch any Batman vibes
from
the mask? Joey and I had this conversation about it. I was like, dude, it might be something about masks that expose this part of your face and you start doing Batman shit. Because he put it on, he's like, you gotta let me have this one. I'm like, where did that voice come from? You gotta let me have it, Wayne.
Oh, so you're saying that maybe it strangles your vocal cords.
I'm the hero that Marvel deserves.
That's funny. That's funny.
Friends of mine that I do work with, that if somebody were to see me with them, they'd be like, oh, well, that all makes sense.
Yeah.
They're all pals. They all work. Everybody knows they're pals. So I found out that they went out on a boat trip on Friday. On Friday, they went out on a boat trip. Didn't know they were going out on a boat
Just your
trip.
normal boat buddies, the ones that
No.
different boat buddies.
different boat, same buddies. And so I want to open up again with another bit of frog information that I learned this week because I had a lot of people write in about the frog shit. Do you know how like some frogs, they get that shit on their back and you can lick it and get high or whatever?
Sure.
Do you know that frogs will lick each other's back sometimes and get high?
No.
That's what I've been told.
Good. That was good. I like it. I need a Computron. I need a Terracon. Y'all go holler at y'all people over there and tell them, man, stop making.
Yeah.
We don't need another
They're supposed to be
devastating.
making everything, aren't they?
Yeah.
They suppose. Hey, matter of fact, do the protect the bots, and then you won't have no argument about from me. From what's the name?
I just give me those. I want that fucking Obaminus or
Obama?
Obaminus.
That's tight.
It comes with a drone.
A fleet of drones.
Yeah,
Yeah,
drone.
that'd be tight.
And now for these accessories, and the screen just goes static.
this part.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
There's more.
Yeah.
Do you know that there's a person who didn't know that they were actually male earlier on?
Get out of here.
No.
That's a little ass dick.
No. They were born and raised a girl.
Oh.
They did not know that they were a boy until much later on when they're testing. She has male levels of testosterone naturally because she has internal testes and no uterus. She is a genetic defect where she was going to be a boy, but never finished.
Right.
Because we all start off female.
Right.
Everybody starts off
Correct.
female. So she's a world level competitor. I don't exactly remember what, but she's a champion. Obviously, a champion in the sport.
Let's make noise for men, goddamn.
Are we canceled yet? Are we gonna make it to 500? But do you know, like that? Now that's a debate. Like now that they have found out, they don't want to let her compete, and I agree with that. What the hell? Hey yo! I forgot. What you thinking about there?
Take that shit out.
He's trying to get every ounce of that. Little Slurpee bear, dude.
My bad, yo. I saw Bobby's face and I was like, damn, I fucked up.
Lurped out.
Yeah.
Because it is a genetic anomaly. Some women have extremely high level of natural testosterone.
You know the type.
I like them. To like almost male levels or in the male
Right,
range.
take that flannel off, girl.
Let me strap it on for you. With my mouth.
Oh my God.
Joey.
Because I drank the water. This is why we do this. I'm so sorry.
You started
I'm so
it, bro.
sorry.
You started it.
Gosh,
Sorry.
But
I'm off that, like 10 to 15 minutes max.
Off that after 10 to 15 minutes?
No, 8 to 12.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but what the fuck do I need to prove? You better get yours. I'm gonna get mine.
it's a race.
Yeah. Can you imagine?
Oh man.
I'd be like, look. I'm supposed to compete with a rose and all this other shit.
Fuck they do that at?
Magic wands. This shit is called a magic wand, and you just want regular me.
The trick is you find a dead battery and put that joint in there. Then you won.
No. I want fresh batteries, and I want this shit knocked out. And then let's get to it.
Oh man.
My turn.
I'll come to mop up.
Yeah, no. It's 8:52. We got time. Game of Thrones starting at 9. Don't you worry. One of the things that I often do with my African, when I'm doing in the African accent, is I always tie in a famous rap lyric into it somehow. I don't know why. But like you know, like my car is just broke down. On this side, this is not a Rough Rider. This is not stop, drop, shut them down, open up shop. I don't know why, but I do. You know,
good one.
You know, and then like the Japanese guy comes from like way down, and then the Chinese guy is a very, there's a higher, and then there's like the but try harder. That's the Vietnamese. You know, and then I did the Russian guy. Like, you like a tracksuit? I love. I do enjoy a good tracksuit. You know. All right. So here's what happened. There was a woman there who was having a fucking meltdown. Grown ass woman having a complete fucking meltdown.
Kid's birthday party. Yeah.
Over a honeybee, like a bumblebee, like just your normal standard bee that you see. Right? I don't know bees, but this wasn't anything special.
Wasn't Africanized?
No, I didn't say Wu-Tang symbol. Killer bee. Those are the killer bees. But like it's just standard, your standard bee. And this motherfucker came around her and she started jerking like a epileptic
with her hands curled up in her chest like a T-Rex.
Yep.
And then started like verbally like no.
Like the bee, like the bee heard it. It was like, oh,
so I was like, you allergic? She was like, oh yeah. Didn't find out till I was 16, and I could tell she wanted to tell the story, but I wasn't interested, so I didn't cry. And then, so then the bee is still circling her. She gets up, she runs into an open field,
because that's what you do.
and then is like, carrying on. And
stepped on a hornet's nest or something. That'd have been
and you know what? That would have probably because I've had that happen. I took a chainsaw to a hornet's nest and I got swarmed with those suckers. It sucked. Her reaction would have been appropriate for that. Not one bee looking around at her food.
So here goes Chucky O. Chucky O says, bees don't really bother me. He just says it. He just offers that up. Bees don't really bother me. And then we just sort of let that hang there for a bit. And then he goes, well, they bother me a little bit. But look, I have coping mechanisms.
That's awesome.
And that shit was funny as hell.
Oh, yeah.
Funny as hell.
You have to go to Ubisoft and create an account, and then it took the code, and then I had to answer I promise you, it was 20 survey questions, and a lot of it was
free
about
shit isn't free, man. They weren't get free shit for no work.
And I understood what I was doing, but I was like,
neither's freedom.
I was thinking in my mind, I'm like, I know mainly Krista bought this to play Minecraft right now, at least.
Yes,
and so it was like, how influenced was your purchase by the inclusion of this game? Not at all.
You're answering for Krista. I like that. You're asking for her.
Were you going to buy this game whether or not you bought this PC? No, I just answered it as honestly as possible.
That's perfect.
I was waiting on the end. It's like, we're sorry, your lack of enthusiasm has negated your.
We find your lack of faith disturbing.
Yeah, that's it.
That's good.
That's a good one.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
So, not just for you specifically, but for the table. How is your relationship with your? Well, I guess not for you so much, Feral Cat. But how is your relationship with your in-laws? Yours is more complicated now. but
well, it's a little short, Bobby. It's a little short. It's been on my mind a lot lately, Bobby. It's been on my mind a lot lately, but I just can't pull the trigger on making a decision. Yeah, just a little lighthearted.
Yeah,
sound effect is too soon.
Yeah,
no, it's too many. We all cope in different ways, guys.
That's true. That's true. There is a balance of a game being too difficult.
Well, I've got it set on the playthrough mode, basically.
Right.
I want the story and I want to shoot stormtroopers, but I don't need to. I'll tell you, those Gamorrean guards are hard to kill.
Yeah, there's the little piggies.
Little piggies.
I feel like GTA ruined me for games because now I just try to find hookers and then kill them. Games
well,
first of all, RIP to James Earl Jones. The
guy did This Is CNN, right? Yeah,
yeah, most notably.
I will say who they have doing Vader. Vader's in this game, by the way.
Well, he's signed.
It's not him.
It.
No, it's not him. And the guy that has done it, like in the Obi-Wan, I think has it. But whoever this is,
he signed.
This might be who did it in the Clone Wars, which I
think they're using AI in part for his voice because he signed the rights to his voice over to Disney. I believe.
I didn't realize
for X amount of bazillions. I'm sure.
Yeah.
So that was it. And so there was, I think about my big three, right? Star Wars, obviously. He was Omadon in Flight of Dragons, which I'm a big fan. And then, the King of Zamunda, obviously, with Coming to America, like the big three. Mufasa is another one. But, fucking legend. But he had a long ass life, you know what I mean?
How old was he?
80 something.
80s, yeah.
How old is James Earl Jones?
Well, no.
I know, but I've already 93.
Oh wow! I didn't realize.
So
okay,
how old do you want to if you could pick the age
for me?
Yeah.
So mine is not so much about the age as it is about sufficiency, self-sufficiency. So if I can
quality of life,
if I can take care of myself, 120 for all the fuck I care.
Mhm.
But if I cannot function as a human being, I'm ready.
Yep. I was going to say like 2 more years, I'm good.
Well, you do that hot dog challenge and see how it comes out.
Hey, that's the way I'm doing it.
Working on
There you
it.
The fact that Jack Black is Steve.
I don't even know who the fuck.
Okay, Steve is the lead character in Minecraft. Okay, it's the guy that wears like the blue shirt.
Okay, yeah.
And just Jack Black with this wild beard, and like all my kids were like, "What is this crap?" My thought is like he's been
trapped there forever,
and that's why he looks like Jack Black looks. Like.
Jason Momoa looks like especially a doof in this one.
I tell you what,
that dude is a pair of clown shoes, man.
It's hard to think what that movie could be about.
I know.
Because it could be anything.
Making money.
Digging holes.
And making money.
My daughter plays
making money.
And it's crazy the stuff they make.
Yeah.
The houses and stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I'm in there just planting TNT everywhere, trying to blow everything up.
Yeah. Like my kids have made these mansions with lights and switches, and one time they had this basement where they had these slave people, like they were like, if you put these certain two characters together, they create a third. They have a baby.
Well, I'm going to give you all the time you need to explain that.
They were mining these. I don't. I'll have to get the specifics, but they were somehow mining these, using this as a mining facility to create something they needed to make something out. They made this infinite basement of.
Were they making another United States?
They were eating the cats and dogs.
Like, it's just funny. They have like this infinite possibilities. They just become these like venture capitalists.
Exactly.
He said one place was like kind of like willing to like try it out.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, look, like here's the second part. You all right?
Yeah, no, I'm fine. What? I'm popping my jaw. What? You never see
it
me
was
do
just
that?
unnerving when I looked over them.
It just moved his jaw at you.
Sorry.
No, but anyway, so there was like.
I have to remember to catch you off guard.
I thought you were fucking with me. I thought there was something going on with my face. Like, you know,
I'll have to start doing that.
It would be, this is a random question, the same introduction I gave to everybody. It's a random question. I know it's strange, but just trust me. And he says he'd say a dog because of loyalty and the ability to be part of a pack, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, anything else? And he was like, a wolf for the same reasons.
So say the same thing.
Okay. So then I wrote Derek B, right? And I said, weird question, but how would you, identify blah, blah, blah? His answer, the wolf. The wolf is considered
there's two wolves inside every one of us, bro.
So I reach out to Chucky O, and I'm like, Chucky O, what do you see yourself as animal wise? And he's like, something, he can't give you a fucking straightforward answers. And, something Arctic and something cold, but not a bird.
He's giving some thought, though.
Yep.
He always would if you ask him, I think.
He was definitely giving some thought. So I had Laura text Tara, his wife, to ask her for the answer. She said, I'd say a wolf. All right. So then I text Jordan W. Right? And I sent him the same question. Jordan, I'm putting together a little project. I know it sounds strange, but I'm trying to figure out something. What would you say? And he's like, well, I'm partial to wolves.
That's so. You can end up with a shirt with all the wolves.
Let me tell you something. None of you motherfuckers are getting a wolf.
Well, yeah, to your point, I think it should just be like 7 wolves howling up at the rest of the logos. So I've got it pulled up here. So domestic box office is 25.8.
Correct.
International pulled in 14%.
Correct, for a total of 39.8.
Guys, in somehow Ukraine, they're watching movies in Ukraine. It did $135,000.
Probably with that bloody money we sent to.
Hey, I got to spend it on something.
Yeah.
Right?
I guess I should just tell that story.
Yeah.
So it was like my 3rd time going. And, last episode I said like the wireless earbuds noise canceling is kind of like my crutch. Like I could just exist in this world without really paying attention to it.
Yes.
So I'm sitting at the bar. They're listening to whatever dog shit music they're playing. Like news on the TV, the cooking channel's on another TV. It's very odd. But so I've got my music going. The bartender is very attentive, and it's like beer. So I'm perfect 6 or 7 in after like 90 minutes. Feeling great. And like out of the corner of my eye, I just see this like hand go to like swipe my elbow, but miss. And I kind of like, what the fuck? Like look over, and this guy is like talking, but I can't hear him. And I do my normal, put my hand up and like point to the earbud, and I'm like, sorry, pal, can't hear you.
Yeah.
And then he goes to hit me again. So I'm like, fuck, now I got to take one of these things out. So I take one out, and he says, hey, we stand for this. And I'm like, oh shit, like they're playing the national anthem in
the middle of the day.
and I'm being an asshole, right? So like as a veteran, like I still believe in a lot of that kind of rigmarole. And so I go to stand up, and I take my other earbud out, and I'm like, wait a second, this is God Bless America. And I was like, so like I put one earbud back in, and I look at him like, I'm good. And I sit down, and he starts talking again, and he's getting upset. And I was like, well, I'm not religious, so I'm not going to stand for God Bless America. I'm sorry. And he's like, well, it's on the sign. And I was like, what fucking sign are you talking about? And he points to the back, and there's a sign, and my vision's not great. So I was like, oh, okay. So took the other earbud out and stood there. And I'm like thinking about it, getting pissed off. I'm half drunk.
Tell me what to do.
This motherfucker. And so after the song, I walk in the back, and there is a sign, but it says, we stand for the national anthem. So I come back over to him like, hey, buddy. Sign in the back says we stand for the national anthem, not God Bless America. And he goes, well, it's in our rules. And he's starting to give me, it's getting a little heated. The bartender comes over, and she says to him, and I'll redact the name, says, hey, bro.
Chief, some shit.
Yeah. She's like, hey, when you've been drinking, you're not an officer anymore. Right. So then I hear that, and I'm like, oh, somebody just lost their authority. So now I'm fucking with him even more. I've already made my $25 back in my prior 3 visits. So if I get thrown out of the elite, whatever, at least it's a good story. So, I'm messing with him a little bit because he says he's the 3rd vice. So I called him the Vice Admiral. I called him Lord Commander. I was calling him
Viceroy.
Every bullshit rank that I could think of, I was calling this guy. So then I asked the bartender for a copy of the bylaws.
Oh my God.
Which really sent him over the edge, right? Now he's like, son of a bitch. And she's like, I don't have a copy here, but I can get it for you. And I said, well, okay, well, who's the 2nd vice? Because he's like the 3rd. And they say like a name. And I was like, well, who's the 1st vice? And like, we don't have it. That's the commander. And I was like, well, then I request mast.
That's how you're going to educate me.
Yeah. So he goes, what the hell is that? And I said, well, somebody wasn't in the Navy. Because mast is when you request the captain, like as the trial. So you like taking your grievance in front of the captain.
Oh, okay.
Captain's mast. So keep fucking with him the whole night. Like just, I was
he there alone also?
Huh?
Was he alone or just?
No, he had other members with him, and they all hated me this night. And I was like, I didn't give a shit. So like I went back in a couple of days later, and at this point I'm going in looking for him.
Yes.
Right.
Now it's fun.
I just want to mess with him. Right. And I'm going in a little later so that he'd go in, have a drink, and then he can't be an officer anymore. Right. Like and then I even got to the point where I downloaded the app for the jukebox and I was prepared to play God Bless America on repeat for like 3 hours. and then like give it a break. And he would like sit down and be like, no, stand back up, motherfucker.
Oh, wait, I need Shepherd.
Which one?
So here's the thing. I always
play the female.
I play the female because I like to watch her butt move.
Uh-huh.
But I think I want the male.
Do you know what that's called?
What?
Sexism.
Yeah, well, I'm blatant about it now.
Give me the male representation, but let me play the female so you
Because
just watch her ass.
I just want my team to be successful in the mission.
We're almost at 500 episodes. We haven't been canceled yet.
I'm just kidding.
And this Asian guy, old Asian guy,
That better be important to the story, Joey.
important for some people.
All right, so he was driving. Where was he going?
He was coming up to me to get a shot, dragging a orange traffic cone under his undercarriage.
Oh, it really wasn't driving.
Not one of mine. Our parking lot, we had poles.
Mm-hmm.
He has a full cone that he came from
some construction
somewhere else. There was no cones in that neighborhood, and I said, "Do you have a traffic cone under your car?" He said, he did not believe me. I had to get him out. He was not old enough to where he had a problem walking, and to have him look under the undercarriage. And there's no way. I try to get it out. It's jammed in there, and when he drives, it rattles. You can hear the fucking rubber to concrete, and he has no fucking idea.
To be fair, it was worse when it was some guy holding the stop sign, stopping slow. He's like,
But that's the thing. He could have had a fucking person under there. He wouldn't fucking know.
First of all, you told me a story earlier, and I don't know if you'd be willing to tell it now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Go right ahead.
You told me about the tale of Golobulus.
Oh, Golobulus. Yes.
Darth Plagueis the Wild.
Can you repeat that story?
Yeah, I would love to. I don't mind telling Golobulus' story. So there's this girl that knows one of my best friend's wives. That's how I knew her. And this is all a decade ago. Mm-hmm. And she always had marijuana. She always had pot. Mm-hmm. So I was using our friendship for free pot. And her name was Golobulus because of how huge she was. She looked like there's not an easy way to say it. She looked like a watermelon on two toothpicks running around.
Jesus.
But after months, I eventually was like, I don't even care about the free weeds. We're done being friends. Whatever. Something happened. I got pissed off at her for some reason. Mm-hmm. And now, later in life, here 2 weeks ago, my best friend, whose wife is connected to her somehow, was telling us about what happened to her.
To Golobulus.
To Golobulus. Golobulus has fallen on the hard times.
Hard times.
Yeah. She's hard up. She's hard up. And she decided her and her meth head boyfriend would rob her stepmother. So they break in to her stepmother's house. Well, stepmother's got a heater and don't mind to pull it and start firing. She was aiming for the guy and she hit Golobulus right in the chest.
It's a big target.
And exactly. This is I believe it took me a week and I've got several in the chamber. Of course she hit her. How could she miss her? It only went 3 inches into the blubber, so she's fine. And it was. She was just fine somehow. She was just fine somehow. They took her straight from the hospital to jail. And last I heard, she was out of jail. And apparently back with the boyfriend.
Nice.
So, Jesus. The saga continues.
Golobulus lives.
Cobra alive.
Who came up with that name, or did she already have that name when you?
That would have been my best friend. He called it Golobulus. Yeah, he started with the Golobulus, and we just kept it going for. That was her name. That was
you called it to her face.
Yeah, to her face. She responded to Golobulus. She didn't take it as an insult.
One of the things that I regret most about being an adolescent is that nobody talked to me about masturbation. Nobody had an
that's
honest...
when you had to fuck a couch.
I fucked in a buppet.
And a Muppet?
A puppet.
Oh, a puppet.
A puppet. Alligator puppet.
Alligator.
I don't know what's worse, an alligator puppet or a Muppet.
A little bit toothy, right?
You know, I put it where the hand goes.
Got a good puffer.
I put it where the
fish
hand
or
goes.
you went back to
in the neck.
Oh, you went doggy style on the alligator.
Still enjoying neck sex to this day.
I know what I'm getting you for Christmas.
Because like I can't imagine there being, and it'll be okay we have redskins. We also have this team, white skins, yellow skins, and black skins over there. Like that. So like those other ones, I don't seem like would fly.
So I'll be honest with you. I don't think you hear too much shit about white skins and yellow skins.
I mean, we don't have them. But
yeah,
you
but
just
I think you just be like,
you just have a yellow skins guy. You just have a yellow skins team, and the mascot is a Asian dude with a Fu Manchu.
I don't think it's I don't think it's comparable because the redskin is the slur, right? So it would be like saying like, okay, we have a white team called the Crackers. You know what I mean? And then you might hear something about it. But even then, people would be like, who cares?
We have Cracker Barrel.
The Cleveland Indians did change their name, so that kind of goes more to your point. So
what are they now?
Because that is also like specifically just a race. Like fucking, you want to see like a fucking a Maryland Chinese, you know?
I certainly do.
You wouldn't see that.
If Transformers overseas success almost gives the franchise an overinflated ego, so that whenever the next one comes out, they're like, but it made 280 million, but it only made 35 here. So whenever they go, it only made 35 here, but it made another 285 million. We don't care. Make another one. I don't care about the story. Just make another one.
I would argue that,
and maybe the Bay first was,
while that may be true, why it does well in the overseas market, speaking specifically of the Eastern market, right? Speaking specifically of China.
Yeah, there we go.
It's the mech.
Well, but robots.
Right? So you take by all means, leave the fucking mech in. It's important to Transformers. But just make the spirit right.
Yeah.
You're gonna it's not that they're gonna be like, oh, the spirits are wrong now. You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean?
More Japanese to me than Chinese.
But they're still going to be in.
Yeah.
They have to give their Juggalo money back, and then they'll get their 80% or whatever. So I'm wondering, like, all right, I guess I maybe understand. It makes it easier for your vendors.
Yeah.
To not have to deal with credit card transactions, but
in the suspension of disbelief.
Yes.
Bringing out the little square.
Yeah. No, it's called a squire.
What is that, my lady?
It's a squire. They call it a squire.
Where did you find this mythical card? That motherfucker's getting on my fucking nerves and that shit. Like when they get too,
man, might as well just have some fun. They get paid to do this job.
They get too into it. Like I need you to have some fun, and then also acknowledge that I need to pay for this fucking funnel cake.
Funnel cake. I'm trying to think what else. Gross things I ate. I ate a lot of gross things.
Where did you get such strange clothes, my lord? Nike, where on earth did you find such a cobbler?
Yeah. So Kelly and I had it.
Tell me it's too much. You can't tell me if that was you. That's not going to be what you would be doing.
It's too much.
If you were fucking doing that job, you 100% would fuck it up.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I would fuck it up.
It's a series. It's only been one episode so far.
Oh, what?
It is Uzumaki.
Oh,
that's I believe that's a Hawaiian song about Merry Christmas.
I don't think so.
Sasuke Makiyaki is the thing we say.
Bobby has simultaneously offended 3 different races. 3 cultures, rather, not races. Cultures.
So amazing.
It is from Ito with
Junji
Ito.
Dude, I'm getting close to getting on some free Diddy shit. I'm getting close. I'm not there yet because I got to see what the charges are, but I'm getting close.
Well, let's talk about that before you publicly declare that on this platform. Some of us might need to make some moves.
So I had somebody
comment when I made the announcement that I was going to Patreon with for a large majority of my things. I had somebody comment. I'm not sure if the same guy. I want to go back and look now, but I had somebody comment like, "It's not going to work. You're not going to work. Like nobody's going to pay you for a fucking review. We'll see how it works out for you." So I commented back a month later when the dust had kind of settled, and I was like, "So far, so good." And then he replied back, "Let's see how it is in a year." Now it's been like I think over 2 years now, and it's going smashingly. But I haven't had the time because I've been too busy being fucking successful.
That's great.
That's great. But like, so around here there's like 2 major high schools. There's Ligonor and there's Oakdale.
It's the first time I heard of that.
Okay, so Ligonor is up 75
by the lake. For the
no,
it's not by the rich folks.
No, so like you just like you get off on the exit, you just go through the light and keep getting it.
Oh, okay.
And then it's up on the right.
Okay.
And then the other one is Oakdale, which is down 144, like past the post office and all that shit, and then it's on the right where the new McDonald's is.
Yes, I know that.
It's on. It's on the right near there. So my kids go to Ligonor, but their main competitive school is Oakdale. So Selena, when she arrived at softball practice, like just picked up a mitt and a ball and started throwing it with another kid, and she was like, "What high school are you going to go to?" And the kid was like, "Oakdale," and then Selena said, "I'm going to Ligonor. You're going to be my op."
That's great. That's great.
We're having a fun night here. Halloween vibes, heavy on it. You know what I mean? All the lights are on. Got good jams kicking, and we got Chris, a band that you and I have some history with, Rammstein playing.
Yeah, it's okay. It's almost over.
and we're blasting Rammstein, and we're fucking jamming out because my kids fucking love Rammstein. And then
it's a wild sentence, bro.
I know. But Du Hast comes on, right? So of course, when Du Hast comes on, everything gets a little extra lit, right?
Yep.
So my baby was like, "What does it mean?" And Jana was like, "It means I hate you." And she's like, "Oh, I do Haas Bryce." The question is based around a scenario from the Bible, but don't worry, it's not a religious question. Let's say you and your wife were Adam and Eve. You're sitting in paradise, completely happy. You're provided with everything. You're constantly fucking your wife, etc. The only thing you can't do is eat that one apple. Would you be satisfied with the deal? You're absolutely happy not eating the apple, but can you handle not knowing what the one other thing is like? Are you the type that's content being happy, or do you have to know if you can be happier? Before you answer, let your other castmates answer. Guy you to set of their right.
I'm gonna take the question and gonna assume that we don't know the outcome. Right?
Correct.
Because now we know the outcome. We know it's bad.
Correct. I would take it that way too. Yes.
I'm not an ambitious man. I like being simple, and if I'm content, I'm content.
Yeah,
I would not.
I'm right there with it.
I wouldn't. I mean, like, the one thing I can
I could see myself and be like, "Hey, man, can you do something with this fucking snake over here? Can you like strike it with lightning, or can we eat it? What's happening here?"
He's a chatty patty. He's getting my wife's head.
Yeah,
she's fucking weak.
And bitch, I don't know if you know this God.
I saw a woman.
Me too.
2 weeks ago, wearing a shirt that said, "My favorite season is fall."
Okay.
Now that seems fair, right? She was white.
Oh,
white women love fall.
And
we all know this. Pumpkin spice, the Han Solo outfit.
Exactly.
Right. We all know this. We know this to be true.
Auburn hair. Yeah.
Except it didn't stop at fall, did it? Underneath fall, it said, "Of the patriarchy."
Oh,
amazing.
That is fantastic.
And I was like, that's a woman that hasn't been fucked right in a long time. I was just kidding.
I wonder if who she's going to vote for.
Anyway, I'm sure she's great. Pinkerton was in full effect.
Yes,
all night long.
Never got out of character.
Never got out of character.
Actually, I was kind of hoping he would call in today and still be in character.
He did like the voice like all night long.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I'd be like, like somebody might
Like somebody might have got like a vote for some category that you wouldn't have expected, you know, and I would be like, oh, that was a long shot, and you'd be like, long indeed, darling, you know, like it was all, but it was all, he never broke character.
Yeah, two more beers and I wanted to fuck.
For those listening, he came as Frankenfurter.
And I just look at him like, hey man, my buddy's sitting there. That's actually his beer. And the guy's like, what'd you say? And I'm like, that's my buddy's seat. He's taking a piss. That's his beer. And he's like, oh. And he like stands up and he goes and stands next to his buddy who's sitting in the seat next to him. And then Billy comes back and I'm like, thank God he's back. Because like, I don't have a problem holding my own, but this is like 700 pounds worth of dudes.
Yep.
And I didn't stretch.
Yeah.
And so.
And I'm wearing a hot dog suit.
No. That would have made it
perfect.
That would have made it fantastic.
Because like I've talked about it in recent years, I've come to realize that a lot of my issues is from that side. It's from my mom specifically. I guess I don't know if her extended family has issues. But like I'm also not looking forward to dealing with more issues because as she's getting older now, she's having more mental issues, and I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
I think she needed a grandkid. I was not the one to give it to her.
You failed her.
I would not.
Yeah.
Because she originally wanted more than one kid, but I was the fuckhead that you didn't want another one.
Were they allowed to have more?
Yeah. We're in Hong Kong. I don't know if they are now, but they did.
Okay, all right.
When we were British.
Fair enough.
Because we lost a lot of people in like the last couple of years. Like
Your family.
My grandma, which is, it makes this time of year weird now because I think about grandma a lot. From a couple of years ago, and we lost my godfather last year around this time also.
Fucking culturally appropriating the Catholics again. I fucking had it up to here with you.
We don't call it godfather in our language. So I'm not sure if it's the same thing.
What do you call it?
Kaye.
What does it translate to roughly?
Godfather.
Adopted father.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
Stay in your lane.
I think my father's side of the family is Catholic though.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Huh.
Because I remember going to like Catholic school when I was in Hong Kong.
That's interesting. I don't know.
I went to Catholic elementary
I don't know
school.
if I've ever met one.
I went to 12 years ago.
A Catholic Asian? Is that what you aren't like? Oh, actually, I don't know. Because I know Koreans are super Christian.
They're very Christian, very like Protestant.
I thought there was an Asian culture that was like super Catholic.
There may be.
Is it Philippines? I don't know. I'm just.
Oh, that might make more sense because of the Spanish. I mean that literally. That's also why they're a little on the thicker side.
Yeah, I went to 12 years of Catholic school and I'm not Catholic. So
Yeah,
just because you went to Catholic school doesn't.
That's true. That's true.
True.
Just great education. Yeah.
In the perks, if you bloody know it.
If you like it.
Good times.
Like, it pisses my wife off too because my wife is not like a feminist by any stretch of the imagination. Like my wife does.
Oh yeah, she's with you.
Yeah, she does all the cooking. She does all the cleaning. Like
Opposites attract.
Yeah. I have the Civic, and she has the Explorer, right? And I chose to get the Civic because it could be a commuter car that we could share. And she could have the Explorer as a family car. But I never wanted a Civic. But I bit the bullet for money-saving ventures to get us to and from work for cheap.
Is that the Android of cars?
In a way. Got it for sure. Oh, hold on 1 second. Hello? Hey, you're on Nerd Rage.
Hello?
Hey, you're on Nerd Rage.
I'm on Nerd Rage?
You are on Nerd Rage.
Oh, I'm so cool.
Oh my god.
My friend kind of sort of has a black eye because somebody hit her head into a table. Do you know how I should deal with that?
Are you home?
Yeah?
Is she okay?
Yeah, I think she's fine.
Was it an accident?
She's just dizzy. She's dizzy.
Okay, she needs ice. Get her a bag of ice and have her put her ice on her ice as quickly as possible.
She's got a bag of ice, so I'll just let her.
Keep the ice on her eye.
Okay.
She lost her shoe too. What is going on out there?
Back of my head. No. Huh?
Did she lose her shoe?
Well, my friends are throwing my shoe around.
But that's my shoe. I fucking paid for that shoe. Look, I was a brave explorer. Get your shoes back on.
Can I have my shoe? Thank you.
All right. See ya.
See ya.
Let me know if you need anything, okay? Fucking kids. Yeah. Father.
Think about the unprotected socks right now.
Disgusting.
Market Chris Hemsworth, Scarlett Johansson as voices for a movie, but when you go, you shouldn't recognize the voices if they're any good, right? That's.
Well, I don't know if that's necessarily true. I don't know if that's necessarily because I think that for Chris Hemsworth specifically, it's true because he's not a good actor. For Scarlett,
voice acting,
I think Scarlett Johansson. Like, I want to hear her voice. I think that her voice has a good texture and tone. It's going to add something.
She has good texture and tone.
100%. Same thing with going back to Jungle Book. Like, when I saw Christopher Walken was playing King Louis, I'm in.
Yeah.
Tell me, man cub.
It'll be fun to see Crypto save Superman at the end of the movie.
Because it was really you that saved me. I thought I was saving you.
And it's not that I hate the idea of being inspired by real life to your, people are often inspired by things that happen in real life as good stories. I don't buy in. You have to make me buy into the idea that there are dogs on Krypton.
Yeah,
and then they also have superpowers.
Yeah.
Right. Unless Superman in the movie just adopts like a regular Earth dog and it
fucks the shit out.
I would hate that.
No. He doesn't have superpowers. It's just that he just has a dog. In his Clark Kent life, he has a dog, and it's part of the movie. I'm cool with that. And having to juggle between being Superman and feeding the dog or whatever the fuck. But like a dog with superpowers is not on my list of things I want to see.
What if he has the cape? God. The cape kind of makes me want to be in.
It's not even a superpowered dog. That's a problem. Like, we have fucking a tree, superpowered tree.
What if it was a man cub? Joey, I have learned recently, you'll be happy to know, I'm finally part of finally a part of a marginalized group.
Oh, you?
I have been self-diagnosed.
Okay.
To be fair, self-diagnosed.
That's not something you usually do for yourself?
I know. But I have misophonia. Joey.
You missed the phone?
I would prefer if you didn't make any jokes about my group, Joey, as I'm now a member of it and take it quite seriously. But it's a condition in which individuals experience intense anger and disgust when they are confronted with sounds made by other human beings. In particular, sounds like chewing, lip smacking, and breathing may cause anger and physical arousal.
Arousal?
So I'm going to get back to that. Sufferers usually avoid misophonic situations or endure them with intense discomfort, which leads to profound functional impairment. So,
it sounds like you.
Well, I'm starting my GoFundMe. Okay, because
is that treatment?
Only with your financial help can you help me get over this. And I'm working on a flag for us.
There's no flag. I'm surprised there's no flag yet.
Is this another tier of the Patreon?
It might be. It's just silence.
I'll pay for it.
Unlimited content.
Joey, you and I are friends with a lunatic.
Which one?
Robert.
That's the first one that came to mind. So
yes. So Robert went trick or treating with his kids.
Sounds about right.
but it wasn't like on Halloween. It was like some like pre-trick or treat thing that you went to like during the day. Like there was a Halloween thing also.
like when you go to the mall and
something like that. Something like that. And Robert went as Fred Flintstone.
Perfect.
Yes.
Fucking perfect.
I agree. Play to your strengths, right? And I'm going to show you his costume here. But don't you worry. The good times don't end there. I just had to find it. I had to scroll back further than I thought. There was a lot of election chat.
I can't wait to go vote.
Let's see. Fuck, man.
For the union, right?
Yeah, well, that's already done, and our guy won, which is nice.
By a landslide.
And let me see here. Let me see. What the fuck, dude? Why is this taking so...
He sends you so many unhinged pictures that you can't...
Yeah, and I think there just happened to be like a little bit busier of a chat. Bear with me.
Look at that thumb getting that workout.
I know. Have you seen some of those? Oh, okay. So there's the Halloween costume.
Okay.
Robert D. as Fred Flintstone.
All right.
So he went to this, whatever it was, right? This event. And then he wanted to leave the event, right?
Mm-hmm.
But his wife and kids stayed.
Okay.
So he caught an Uber back home.
By himself. Okay.
So the Uber picks him up in this Fred Flintstone's outfit, which is just a shirt that looks like Fred Flintstone's shirt, and then like hooping shorts that look like the bottom of Fred Flintstone.
Printed on, yeah.
Right. And this is him having a conversation with his Uber driver.
I feel like I should have worn a costume. Had some fun. I would have gotten candy. But I just dressing like I normally do. Dressing like I yabba dabba do.
God damn it. Poor guy.
I hope he tipped.
I know. So I have an idea of what I'm doing for Skullstis next year.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So it's going to be a 4-day event.
Friday through Monday? Thursday through Sunday.
Thursday through Sunday. Now, it ranges. It's not like 24 hours all day. Thursday and Friday are going to be kind of a pre-party call, kind of lovingly referred to as DMH-table.
Okay. You should call it the pre-coming party.
I'm going to come. I'm going to come.
I'm going to pre-cum.
Don't come. I'm going to come. I love that shit. I should make that a button. So actually, leading up to it, they called to make sure that we were going to come, like, because I'm going to come.
I'll call before I come. I won't just pop over.
What was I going to say there? Oh, yeah. Leave us a 5-star somewhere if you haven't. We appreciate it.
That's right.
I'll just come up and give us 5 stars.
I'm going to come.
Not at all.
Boring.
So let me ask you this: so if you're gonna go to a Ren Fair,
I'm gonna go.
So,
Billy and I went to what we thought was the suggested bar by.
It was not.
By Bobby.
It was the only bar I did not suggest.
Is the one he specifically said don't go
to. Okay.
And they were like, I'm going to come. I don't even want to read this shit. Would you rather kiss the tip of each other's dicks once a week or blow each other to completion once a year? I quit.
I'm a guest, so I don't have to answer this. This sounds like the original crew right here.
I'm not going to come.
Dude, how great is that, man? Like, politics aside, just that I'm going to come.